Oh, what? Oh, he was behind me.
Damn.
My bad. Oh, yeah, there he is. He blended in. My bad.
All good.
I didn't see him standing there, or I wouldn't have shot and pushed up.
Oh god.
Here's our roller.
Oh god. The roly poly, bruh.
Oh!
I didn't know we had one of those. Fuck. Where's my grenade launcher? Where'd it go?
EMP it. That will work.
Oh, it's true. I did take my EMPs off. Hold on.
I got it damaged some.
Here we go. Yeah.
Here.
We almost got it. Almost. I ran out of bullets. Where's that Mr. LMG? Oh, they put out the big guns right as I killed him. Did you already interrogate the other guy?
Now I'm taking out some mortar. There we go.
Or did we already kill him?
Oh, damn.
What?
Your gun worked a whole lot better than my little
This
SMG.
looks like the schedule he was talking about. Should be useful.
Right here beside it.
There we go. All good.
Now we gotta find Carl. Somebody got a grenade thrown right next to him. It was down, Jigsaw.
Yeah.
I got him.
They're all dead.
You wanna get in that Jeep? We'll head over there. Or how far is it from here? Yeah, it's 1,000 kilometers.
Alright, yeah, y'all hop in that Jeep.
Oh yeah, we got the helicopter over here somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I'll meet you in the helicopter if you want, whatever.
Shoot, I'll get in the helicopter here. Come on, Jig.
Alright.
Where you running to? Where the heck are you running to? Yeah, we'll just wait on you for the helicopter. I wish Call of Duty had that kind of a jump up game.
Wait, Bob. Oh, you quit.
Come on, Peckerhead.
Oh, we can't get in here? Just quit doing that.
Nomad, I found something on Carl.
Sissy!
He got recruited into the Wolves. He was part of a Russian spec op. Part of the Bodar unit. Does that ring any bells?
Oh,
Yeah, I heard of them.
land us up on the
That
mountain.
was top priorities a while back. How were you able to link Carol to that so quickly?
Oh, you're gonna land us right up on it.
I wanted
There's
to
on
see
them.
if he knew anything about
Hey, there's another helicopter there too.
to get it out of him, but apparently, this Carl guy applied to Paladin 9
Bruh.
soon after he defected. And get this, he got rejected for being too laid back.
Now that sounds like
Oh.
You wasn't supposed to kill.
Oh.
Oh, Lord. This dumbass.
What the fuck? My dumbass. You're the one
You
that
were
came over
fucking
to run-
shot him.
to run the fucking game.
And
Fuck
you
you.
one shot him.
We were supposed to take him hostage, numbnuts.
Well, look, we're still here. Who's this?
Oh my god.
Oh.
Hey, I think that MX Black's loaded up in the background. I'll swap back over here.
Fuck you. After you done killed me 5 times and carried me around.
Ain't gotta kill you, don't we?
Yeah, but we wasn't in a mission.
What the hell happened here?
He said, yeah, we got to
You
carry
just
you
gotta
around.
talk to him. You ain't even gotta shoot him. Come on, guys.
Well, why'd you shoot him?
You Carol's, you know who I am,
listen,
and you know what I do.
I can lead you to her.
Do me a
Place
favor,
I can even make
cavalier.
sure she gives you all the.
That's that loading screen going.
Shut up. Well, that's good if somebody didn't do it back to back.
Want another one?
You must be the ghost that I've been hearing so much about.
I'll do it
Go
again.
ahead.
You
Go
Carol's
ahead.
the coolest.
No boss.
I am, yes.
You know who I am, and you know what I
Look,
do.
see, you already got your fucking dirt bike
Being
loaded up.
awfully cavalier, especially for a wolf.
I just heard from Stephanie. Sounds like she gave you some trouble.
So, you two are close, huh?
You crashed Jigsaw.
I've been through worse, but I'm certainly
no, he's
not
still
too
here.
keen on her right now.
It's still on the loading screen.
Listen, I can
No.
lead you to her. I can even make
You
sure
gonna
she
join
gives
in?
you all
I'm
the
gonna
info
listen
she
to the
has
thing.
on Claw. But first,
Let's do it
I
twice.
need a
I'll sit
favor.
here on this too.
I'm listening.
the thing of it is, I'm looking to
Get
disappear.
the fucking helicopter.
Defect, as it
Hey.
were, from the wolves. The corpses in the mission schedule.
Me,
It was
me,
all
me, 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 me,
falsified
me.
as part of my ploy to escape this life.
That's a pretty severe.
He's literally watching the whole
That's not
thing.
even half of it. I wanted others to think I was hot on the ghost's trail. I had plans to stage a whole ghost
He
operation at the
starts
dam,
scooting away.
where I'd die in a transformer explosion. But then you show up.
And you thought that dying at the hands of an actual ghost was more credible. Can't say I disagree.
Something like that.
Hey,
Glad to
if
hear
you
we're
really
on the
have to,
same
all you gotta do is
page.
peel the pillars
Do me a
forward.
favor.
It'll
Place
knock him
these on the
down.
body. You'll also find a radio device on the body so that we can communicate. Once this is all finished, I'll tell you anything you need to know about Claw.
You don't know how to angle your helicopter?
Works for me.
No.
It tells you right there at the bottom left.
Oh, is he getting in? He moved.
Yeah, because he didn't want you to chop him up.
Damn.
No, I still
Alright,
waited till
which
the
way are we
end of it. I wanted to get.
Where are we going? Which one? Is it at?
Over here to our left. Right down there.
Yeah.
How the hell you got on your thing?
3.
Yeah, get us spotted before we go down here.
I know. Somebody down there.
Yeah.
Name somewhere where we can't fucking get.
Bruh, we can't even get over there. This guy.
Did you see a better area?
Yeah,
That would have
right on the side of the wall.
That's right where the enemies are at, you fucker.
Nuh-uh. See? Perfect spot right here.
That was after I killed the guy on the corner. Mm-hmm. Fucking peckerhead.
Hey, don't steal my saying. Or I won't let you up. I'll just stay right here.
I got a grenade.
I can go up with you on it.
Get out of the way.
The sniper up top is walking perfectly. There we go.
You just triggered every single one of them.
I didn't trigger none of them.
They did.
Do they look triggered?
Yep.
Not to me.
Sam fought back for me.
No, it is not. Shut the fuck up. Why is this light not shutting off? God damn.
Won't let me over. Saving kills for the rest of us? Really?
Who the fuck did that?
Really?
Let him die to go to him, so.
God damn it. They all just jumped on me.
Well, you're the one
We
did
knew
it.
it was us, it was you.
That's not
you.
me. I
We're
wasn't
fine.
even shooting.
Dude, we wasn't either. Oh, I about got spotted. I still haven't got spotted.
I don't think none of us has besides him.
It had to been him.
It was not me.
It's all going to him.
Ah, from above me.
Well, now I'm spotted. Yeah, 2 motherfuckers were running around, ran right into me. I was trying to snipe the big dude about 100 meters out. And y'all are over there fucking shooting everybody, talking about save some kills for me. I'm gonna blame my ass. We suck each
Got the
other
wrong
up while
place.
you're at it.
How'd you know?
I was watching from a distance. I wouldn't let you do this completely on your own.
Okay. So what do we need to do before we blow this thing up?
Well, there are 2 things to check. First, you must falsify the visitor log, signing my name to it. Secondly, I need you to disarm the failsafe device for the transformers. It doesn't matter which order you do them in.
All right. And by the way, whose radio is this?
It's mine, but don't worry.
Oh god.
I put it on a channel that nobody in my unit uses. Heaven forbid someone in Sentinel is on the line.
Let me have my AR out, dadgummit. Freaking morons, dude. They got the switching weapons in here retarded. Might as well go through it fast. Oh, the game's about to crash.
I'm done with the prep work.
Sabotage this
Anything else
one.
I need to know before we blow this popsicle stand.
No. Feel free to light it up.
No.
Oh shit, big guy.
He's dead. Oh, there was 2 of them.
Yeah, both of them
Dead
came
now.
around the corner and said, "What's up?"
Who's shooting
The
at me?
third one, to your right.
Yeah, I see him. Well, get up. We ain't got time to lay around.
See what I get here. Gold Sentinel gloves. Fuck you, game. Give me a good AR. Another pistol. Oh damn.
Now we gotta go to the other side over here. Fake Carl's death so he jeopardized against Claw. Whatever.
Oh,
Ah!
cowboy hat. The hell happened over there?
Help! I went
This
to
was
push.
yourself.
Help! I didn't know my gun was gonna destroy it. I went to try to throw C4 and yeah, I couldn't get the C4 to blow up.
I think I can hop this. I could hop this game 2 minutes ago. Damn game.
What do you want?
True man, he didn't have to carry me. Whoa, you passed by one. Now what? Mission complete.
Think so?
Ah! Ah, they're all blowing up. Gotta get out of here. Climb.
Nice explosion. I couldn't have done better myself.
So I've helped
Hey,
you
we
out
got a
with your
helicopter
problem.
over here too.
Can you help me out with mine?
What's that
Let's cut
MP7
through the
here?
bullshit, shall we? I'm the head
Is
of
it this
VIP
one over here where I'm running to?
Law and the tactical advisor for the strategist.
Let me know.
I consulted on classified spec ops tactics.
This is ASR 516.
Midas.
Shotgun.
Whomever it was had the
Probably that
time
one
of
behind.
I
interrogation.
think it might be this one up top
Where can I
here.
find him?
I'll send you the details and everything
Yep.
However, and I cannot
Hell
stress
yeah.
this strongly enough,
MP7.
do not attempt to breach the facility.
See, it may be
without
purple
knowledge
for
of
you and gold for you, but it may not be for us.
Yep.
Huh?
I'll send
Yeah,
you over the
that's normally
location.
how it is.
When you
Just
get
because I'm a
there,
higher level,
make
I'll
sure
get
she gives you all the
different
intel she
drops.
promised.
Looking forward to it.
Trying to get over here to this intel.
Ugh, this iron plate is not like a regular MP7 iron plate. I like no Call of Duty iron plate.
How can you not break this glass and jump in?
That's one thing I do hate. You can't break any of the glass in this game.
Even with a grenade? Oh, that's stupid.
Yep. Because they knew their game was already glitchy enough.
Get me a grenade. Oh.
Don't let in there!
I've seen it.
Yeah, I didn't see you until I already threw the grenade. Was we supposed to grab that intel or whatever it was back there? That poor deer. Do you see what's over there? Where you going? Going the wrong way.
Getting a few kills real quick. There we go.
Do the same thing over. No balls. Going the wrong way. Going the wrong way.
Alright, yeah, that's enough.
You just triggered a ball on Jigsaw.
Like, he didn't want to get in. He can fight him.
And he's trying to get his own out of my chopper.
Suspicious noise. Dr. Newblood. Look at that.
Who's Dr. Nibbler?
It said you made a suspicious noise even though I'm driving.
Oh god.
That was a tree.
Oh,
Oh.
that's drones. That's drones. Oh man, we definitely. Oh, I remember this island. This is the island that Prowlessy, or not Prowlessy, Toyo abandoned us on when he blew the helicopter up.
Yep.
Deep Blue, got a minute?
Sure, what's up? You want a jam?
No, nothing like that. Look, I found Stephanie.
Can I shoot him again?
I figure you're gonna want to be online for this. Things are about to get interesting.
Sure as hell sounds like it. Thanks.
I was about to shoot him. I thought he was gonna do something to her. I'm actually gonna watch this. The whole point in the game.
Deep Blue, you got all that?
Yeah, and I don't like it when
Good, and I took off with the helicopter.
wasn't in the briefing.
Now, if you don't mind me asking,
And
who
Newblood.
sent you this assignment?
The CIA
Oh,
came
what?
through the same way the rest of my assignments do. Come to think of it, the timing seemed
The
a
what?
little suspicious. I was asked to capture the strategist not too long before the Aurora got locked down.
It just seems too convenient. What if someone in the CIA knew a role was going to be on
Got to run the
lockdown?
right way because
Maybe there's more to
I was
this
pushing
mission
the
than
wrong
simply
button.
capturing the strategist.
What if it's an extraction?
Look, if they knew about a role, they knew their activities might alert the ghosts. Or worse, that we would intervene. If me or any of the other ghosts got our hands on Pharaoh,
You
we'd
ain't
lean on
leaving me,
him,
motherfucker.
his friends in the Senate, and all their private interests. It'd be a bad, bad scene.
Look, you got in it, now it's smoking.
State matter. The stuff of conspiracy theorists and crackpots.
I know it's hard to believe, but you might be working for the wrong side. You think about it. If slush fund money can control technology like Claw, and if it's dictating company and DOD movement, then there's no telling how deep it runs.
That would be inconvenient, wouldn't it? Look, I'm gonna continue with the mission. But once that's done, I'll only hand Pharaoh over to my most trusted contacts. Because you're right. Something smells fishy.
Agreed.
You sick fuck. You dropped me down in front of like 3 fucking goddamn.
Darn, I was hoping it was gonna blow you up.
Yeah, I figured that, asshole.
I'm just gonna get you back for the payback. I tried. I thought you was gonna literally. I thought whenever it flew down like that, I thought you just deleted the game. I thought you all tied before. I ain't gonna lie. I figured it would have just straightly on the impact would have instantly died.
I would have thought so too. Well, where are we going?
No, we already completed the mission. I was waiting on Jigsaw to do something besides just go AFK the whole entire while we play this game.
Yep. Kind of his thing, you don't know that?
Right. Oh, we got one over here called Get Brief by Cole Mitchell. Wait, is the... If you keep clicking the same ones, will they go away or do they just put you with more?
Oh shit. I don't know. What the fuck?
The heck? You throwing me out for? Help! Help!
Did you pin one?
Oh, I did. I was getting shot at. Yeah, I pinned another one. Stupid mouse, quit. So what's all, like, the yellow is the ones that we can only pin, the other ones we can't pin just yet, unless we do the one
I have
at
no
those
idea.
islands. There's that one.
Alright, get out. Under the mask?
It just says, yeah, under the mask. But I ain't gonna fully start this mission yet. I was gonna get something to eat.
Oh, okay.
That's somewhere where we won't get killed.
Yeah, I'll just get us there and then just let me know when you get back.
Ghost Actual. Nomad here. Ready to take down Sphinx. You copy?
Raj, I'm here. Target Sphinx is an old colleague of yours, Anthony Berkeley. Went over with Walker. Sphinx is Stone's hitman on their op against the U.S. He's there to take out anyone that could disrupt it.
Hey,
We don't
Jigsaw, you
have a
ever tried playing,
location, but our
Diablo?
intel says he resupplied at a nearby camp. Get over there and interrogate Sentinel officers. Someone must know where he went.
You won't be shitting on the ghost name much longer. Nomad out.
Lift me up while I'm feeling good, just to drown me while I'm down. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of smells gross, but cheers. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of smells gross, but cheers. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of smells. I'm not really having a good time at the pumpkin. I want to go home. I think I'm starting to like the pumpkin patch. Really good time. I'm not really having a good time at the pumpkin patch. I want to go home. I think I'm starting to like the pumpkin patch. I was gonna hit my service the other night. If you missed story time, go check out my profile.
Horn up again.
Many men back upon me. Ba-bum-ba-bum-ba-dum.
I feel like the other one you played was better than that.
It wasn't. It was a lot less casual than this one. This one's pretty simple. You know what I mean?
I like how the other one actually showed you a nice character. That
Yeah.
reminds me too much of World of Warcraft.
What? World of Warcraft had like the shitty graphics.
Exactly.
That's how this one is.
Exactly.
So, oh, you were saying this reminds you of World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the only thing I liked about the other one better than this one is that you can zoom your camera into your character. Other than that, I like this one better. The other one was a lot more running around and shit. This one's more about dungeons and shit. It's like my fifth new character today.
Your fifth character.
Yeah. I get them all to a certain point and then I make a new one. Character isn't as good as I thought he was, but maybe his higher powers will make him better. It is pretty high damage character though. I like him. Basically trying to find a character that's really good at single target damage other than one character I've been using forever. This is a barbarian. I've been using this thing called the Demon Slayer, Demon Hunter, something like that. I get tired of using the same abilities over and over again. made a mage today and like 3 other characters. I think this is a character I used to use on my mobile. Damn.
Uh, I see you watching what I'm watching.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What's this on?
Netflix.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's called Mavericks.
Mm-hmm.
Play a musical box. You're gonna pay. About time. You're just jealous because those two are underage and you wanted to blow them. Man, I'm gonna have a hard time pooping after eating that big of a cheese ball.
Cheese ball.
Yeah,
The fuck? You ate just a ball of cheese?
it's got cheese, onions, red peppers, green peppers, cream cheese, and shredded cheese.
Ah, damn. I thought you worried about my 2 slices of cheese.
Well, this is like once in a month we ever get this.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I call you him, Prosy. Y'all are selfish. Yeah, like hogging the air conditioner. Yeah, Asian, whatever you want to call Australian. Oh. I think it's funny because all the bikes that they're sitting there riding on, every single one of them are Fantics. Except for him. The only bike there was a Honda. So everybody else just rides the same thing. You're supposed to follow the tracks. I'm gonna put it. That one over there.
You back?
No.
Huh?
No. Are you?
Whenever you're ready, I'm back.
You sure?
Yeah.
Yeah. You do.
All right, but let me
Never
just put
mind.
this down real quick. What?
Huh? So you do. Oh,
Hold on, let me close out this
hurry up!
motherfucker real quick. God damn.
Hurry up!
Oh shit, I almost deployed the biovac. If you don't quit
Hurry
fucking
up!
moving, motherfucker,
Hurry up!
that thing about to blow up and I'll make it blow up. Get your ass over here. Oh fuck. Will this work? I'm just nope.
Get in!
God damn. I think there's a reason I drive, motherfucker.
Bruh.
If you don't land this motherfucker and leave it landed for a second.
Like this.
God. Where's Jig at? You get off?
Yeah.
Damn. I probably got. Oh shit.
Coming in
Whoops.
hot.
Oh.
You get ready? Coming in hot.
Yeah, dumbass. I'm glad I jumped out that motherfucker.
Oh, I did too. I just face planted right in the middle of all of them. You got MX bikes yet? Oh God, what are you getting shot by?
Just about everybody there. You decided to drop the fucking helicopter out of the damn sky.
I said drop in hot. I didn't say like get spotted.
Fuck you.
Oh, oh, oh! That's why you died. Ah!
I'll say as soon as I jumped out, I was fucking spotted by that damn drone.
Get off me. You cheating turd. Come on, get off your knees.
You going on your knees playing with my pecker right now.
Wouldn't be in this situation if you just flown. Had to take forever on you. I gotta grab him.
You're good. That's the last of them.
Oh, yes. At least we got another helicopter nearby, though.
Hell yeah.
Should I let him live or should I just knock him out?
Whatever.
Huh. Alright, he's dead. Yeah, saying that I could drive. Okay, smacking every tree, trying to run me over.
Which way are we going to? I got 5 on my
Um,
screen.
the one that is closest to us. Under the mask. Under the mask. Oh, yeah, that was smart lady right here. Come in. Are we going to
Damn right
guns
it was.
blazing? I bet.
Are we?
No. I didn't think he was going to shoot him with a pistol. Might as well now.
Oh god, who's on our
Oh,
right?
there's every one of them. They're all there. What you mean?
Holy shit.
So they were all right there.
I didn't even see them. I saw what 2 in the building.
I was like, what are you doing? Got the map. What was down there? Nothing.
Purple armor for me, but
This mean. So now we got to go up there now.
yes, it's only 400 meters. We can run that. Oh, that works too. Oh god, damn it! Fucking sniper almost got me right away.
Yeah. Let's see it. Oh, you trying to be scary with only 4 fingers and a thumb? That was only 4 fingers and a thumb. How cute. Nah, I can't. I can't do it. I was gonna do it, but that's unchristian like, so I can't do it now.
I said unchristian like.
I was gonna flip her off. I don't know about it, but it looked like Haley just put face on her paint and just slapped hers against her board down there. Alright, professional painter. I doubt it. What are you gonna cook when you get home? Where are we going to now?
No, no.
Grab the helicopter and go over to the ping that we gotta go. That's way over yonder. Like,
That worked.
is it way over there? Or is it just over the hill?
Should
Let
tell
me
you
check.
if you aim at it.
Oh yeah, 5.6 kilometers.
Oh,
I'll get myself out of the tree so you can get me with the hell on my chopper.
I'm a chop chop. Gotcha. God damn, this thing's farther away than I thought.
Well, you were right next to your bike.
Well, yeah.
Oh, it's right down here.
Oh, fuck. Tell me I ran back 600 meters to run fucking forward 1200.
I'll take the helicopter ride. I hate killing myself going down this mountain.
Oh, this one's got a gun too.
Huh?
But ooh, this one's got a gun too.
Cool. Probably won't. Yeah, that's the one I bought. Oh, you just about ruined it. Excuse me. Thank you. Can I?
I was supposed to say, not the blades.
I thought I was chopped up.
Oh, got a bunch of people here.
Nah, it bear out. Come on. Just get, you gonna ping them all?
Oh, there's only 4.
Dang, I nailed his. I didn't like it was another. Where's the other two at?
The last one's behind, right here. Pink.
So much for doing some good gardening.
What were we doing here?
It said come down here to do get in or
Right here. Investigate. There you go.
now we gotta go identify and kill somebody. Hello, my chopper. We got a long ride to go.
Damn it. I do this mission,
Oh,
I'll get off.
it's just right up the hill.
Mm-hmm.
You'll fly up there before me. You still got 30 minutes before you go to
Oh,
bed.
shit. Yeah, I might get off, finish my movie up though.
I'm already here. I was. Get us on the other side of all these idiots, though.
Oh god, on the other side of this compound?
Never mind.
Going
Get us
over
on
here.
top. Yeah, get us right here at the corner. We can't even get in. We're getting spotted up top, up top. You numbnuts. It's too late now.
God,
They
how
all
many
know we're
people
here.
is there? No, we're here. They don't know where we're at.
They're color reinforcement,
Oh, fuck.
numbnuts.
And maybe they do know where we're at.
And these are the harder to kill guys. They got a chopper gunner. Mission failed. You killed the wrong guy.
What? How you gonna blame me, motherfucker? You're all the way up there. Oh, damn, these guys are fucking hard.
Oh well.
Yeah, might as well
We'll
die.
end it here.
Yeah. Yep. Alright, man. Oh, I'll be on tomorrow if you're on, but you'll probably be working.
Probably won't be. I'll be working.
Yeah. Alright.
I'll be
See
working
y'all.
until my back gives out or the doctor puts me off work.
Damn, I got you.
All right, going back to my MX Cooter bikes.
Ew.
Since Jigsaw just wants to go vanish on me every time.
Man, I'm surprised he's even on here.
He's on World of Warcraft.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I just now got his notification.
Alright, see ya.
See ya.
Oh.
Ah. Uh, You're not going to talk?
Number 4 because no one made it down yet.
I got a quick question. I know y'all watch a lot of Cletus's videos. Is it true that they try to arrest him for rescuing people out of that tragic Carolina?
Not him, but someone else.
Yeah, there's people in the news. I saw that. They tried to. In the group.
That's stupid.
Yep.
Yeah, the whole situation's a lot of bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And then they fucking interviewed the fucking lady over the guy, the fire department guy, and then she doubled down.
Wow.
Oh golly, brother!
Damn.
Golly,
I
that
swear
bitch was out of there. She was a little
750.
slow on the big end, but 60-foot was scary. God,
It's crazy how P can see it once and then come out and give a perfect fucking tune every time.
Yeah.
It's insane.
well, here's the other thing too: is
build upon
how
their success
many
of this weekend and how those standings
passes
end
worth
up
of
at the
data
end
do
of the
you
first
think
four.
they have collected on Leroy?
Being casted there by JT.
Brune here.
This one gets started, but have you seen that?
Yeah.
Shells up in about 10 seconds, so
Knocked down by Phoenix Reborn. So it feels like all of these teams can beat each other, and they're constantly adapting, constantly bringing out new compositions like the
Smart
Feral
guy.
Lock Paladin.
You got money, pay
and,
someone to do
finding
it.
these win conditions. So really.
So I think we should have cloaked.
He was doing it, but he wasn't as
contributing nothing.
Proof Sam I am on the war.
I plan on putting the card together here soon, but
like even when we
my strategy is just not make enough
I'm gonna
horsepower
go
to
to
spin,
Trinket.
baby.
All over, man. This is crazy.
Down there, these are teams that.
So what you're saying is you're just gonna go put the key into the ignition and just take whatever you got down the drive.
This is massive. This might actually save his life. As well.
No.
In terms of defense,
If you make like 900, just gotta make sure you out-tire your horsepower. You'll be
as
just
Bleach bones
fine.
drop lower and lower, but the damage is great. Forcing an overlap.
Problem with Leroy
just
is
because
it's
yes, of course. And this could hurt.
Oh, nice
Son
alter
of a
time, but they're
bitch,
killing him through alter time. It's a big hit. They
2,000
grip
horsepower
They gave up.
capability.
Oh, look at this shit.
That's too much to fuck with. Oh, they're getting ready for the clip.
Yeah, the body.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
yeah, I got the billet brackets.
Gotta make sure you get billet brackets to hold down all that fiberglass. Definitely not just flexing.
Car's gonna be fast as shit. The body on it.
It's gonna be insane. It's probably gonna be to the world record. For stick
Yeah.
when he puts the body on it.
Well,
We'll see.
think about how fast it is now, and then it'll be aerodynamic with downforce in the correct areas.
I don't know what his ranking is for stick.
For a while, he was the
Corvette.
fastest.
Yeah, and he didn't have a body, and then some guy with a body beat him.
This is a nice little fan-free track that I just downloaded. Pretty nice.
Man, that truck is perfect. I need that truck in my life.
It's a crane motor.
It's just simple. Like that's the kind of shit I like.
Yeah, it's just the motor costs a lot.
Yeah. Truck, $5,000. Motor, $25,000.
I don't remember what the motor is. I think it's.
Oh, being a big block is
It's a
probably even
630.
more than that.
632.
It's probably like 40, 45, 50 grand. Depends on who put it together. Is it motion?
Here it is.
No, it's a great engine. Is it like Blueprint or something? I don't remember.
No, it's a factory Chevy. It's the largest. 1,004 horsepower on that.
NA. Yeah.
Who made it?
Not Chevy Performance. Yeah,
Huh.
yeah, it's a ZZ632.
Oh yeah. That's just a Chevy Performance crate engine.
Yeah, it's $32,000.
Incredibly intense series. Echo versus Bleach Bones. Echo barely walking away with that one with their life, and now they've yet to face another very strong team, then Drive Overload.
Yeah, this was the finals last week, so a little bit of a rematch here. We'll see what Drive Overload can do. It was Echo that narrowly came out ahead with their Rogue Mage Priest. Drive Overload, they haven't played it today, but a really popular composition this week and last week has been that Feral Mage Paladin. So I kind of wonder if they're going to lead with that in this blind pick, and if Echo has anything else in store, or are they just going to kind of go head-to-head with that Rogue Mage Priest once again?
Yep, certainly a lot of questions in the air here. Let's take a look at the predictions that we had for this series. If you're watching in chat,
ZZ632,
play along with
1,000
us.
horsepower.
Listen.
Actually,
Aya? What's up there? What's going on?
For the low price of $34,000.
I have faith.
The fucking exhaust on it.
I know that Echo is Echo, but I want to see things get shaken up. All right.
It's like 4-inch fucking
I'm ready for it. But I don't know. I think they can handle it. A Drive Overload. You know, we've seen them do some incredible things as a team, so I think maybe they can pull out a win. But I don't think it's gonna be easy if it does happen. But then you don't think they're gonna get? You think they're only gonna get one game? It looks like Drive Overload off of Echo.
I mean, honestly, I think this could go either way. I genuinely
it's already
do.
like tuned and everything.
I think Echo, they just played an incredible series. Maybe they're a little tired, but this isn't a team that normally gets fatigued. But these are Titan teams. Like, both of these rosters are stacked. When we saw them go head-to-head last week, every single game was incredibly close. We got to hear from Waz in his interview. He talked about how this series really could have gone either way, and Echo actually is going to be doing something different here.
Well, let's get the series on the road.
Faster.
The final boss is off the bench. Chanimal gets swapped in and rake stunned right in the opener as JT is pushing in with his team, but gets kidney shot immediately by Waz, trying to shut him down, and any follow-up attempts. TJ is the big target. With the Shadow Blades, they're really pumping some damage, but we'll need to keep an eye on Chanimal because he gates into the middle of the map. He is ready to unleash hell upon his team.
This is so interesting to me. We're just seeing more priests. Like, a lot of these teams, they did well with the Feral Mage Paladin, and all of them have kind of abandoned the Paladin and are now just opting to play with that Discipline Priest. And I do really wonder why. Elsewave's under fire here. Meg going up in the sky with the ultimate penitence. At the same time,
we got
it looks like
35
JT
grand.
will fall suit. Both of them just blasting these holy beams from the sky. But it's going to be Elswave,
honestly,
Waz, TJ, and Channel that are kind of clumped up here in the middle of the map. Getting some damage.
I feel like
a
this
full
shot
TJ
could
lands
be
on the map,
more
but he
fun
runs into the
anyway.
blizzard really nicely down, and now it's TJ
Junkyard
in trouble.
fucking
Full fear on
Coyote
JT. TJ's getting lower and lower.
with a
Can they
turbo
take
on
him
it.
down? JT might have to trade out the trinket,
Well, that
but
way,
it
at least
seems like
blow
he's
up
going to be
enough,
okay. He reads it, connects
Yeah.
the pain suppression, but it's still
You know
not
how
over
many of
yet.
them
This is
junkyard
endless
coyotes
crowd
you can buy
control,
for
endless stun
35
loss
grand?
coming in. TJ's getting low. Shadowy duel. Elsewave's
I
running
think
down.
he said-
This pressure from Echo is
I think he
insane.
paid less than 1,000 for
Absolutely
that
crazy, but that's
Oh
what
my
we know and
God.
love
I'd
from
have to
them.
go
Elsewave has the
Chevrolet. I
pre-clog
couldn't-
and
I
finds the
couldn't do
polymorph.
Ford.
Waz getting
I just
swapped to
kinda-
massive bites coming
No,
through,
thank
but he
you.
pops the Shadow
Good
Blades. Now
boy.
he's
Don't you
ready
have
for
a
another go
motor?
onto the cat. Tries to grab him by
yes
the
and no.
neck. But it's not quite
I
enough.
own
They
it,
once
but
again
it's not in
swap
my
over onto a
possession.
massive Comet
Oh.
Storm with the Meteor
Rip.
truck, and Waz just gets deleted. TJ jumping in, maybe a little bit
it's
too
so
far.
close.
Wants to bash on
all-aluminum
there. The
5.3.
Void Shift comes in just in the nick of time.
Light one.
As JT
Yeah,
pops
yeah,
in,
yeah.
pain
Real
suppression
nice.
saves his Feral, but they swap over
I'm
onto
actually
Elsewave, and
just messaged the guy
Shadowblade
about
is
another
just sending the
aluminum block
entire team, topping the
with a
meters
rotating
and
assembly.
deleting the opposition from the map.
I
Rapture
offered him
shields from
$200
JT are going to
and,
stabilize
he told
everything
me,
for
yeah.
just a
Now
moment,
I
but
just gotta figure out how
Chanimal
the
is
fuck to
not
get it.
done yet, Ven.
Definitely not, but Waz getting swapped to. No trinket. He's got the cloak. Might have to make the trade, but it seems like Matt can keep him alive. Beautiful ice wall there by Elsewave. Really good tech there, blocking off line of sight. But unfortunately, it does not do too much. Mez able to get in line of sight, keep Waz alive, and they're still trying to make a push. However, Drive Overload looks like they're semi-recovered. A full fear lands on a JT. He immediately uses the Will of the Forsaken to break out of it. Doesn't want to fall behind here. JT just going for dispels on all these damage over time effects that Chanimal has available, but he is falling behind on heals. It's a full cheap shot on JT. Waz is all over him right now. He's going to have to follow up here a gouge into a potential fear here by Matt. And now it could be TJ that does go down if they can connect the stun lock. Farskin might not be enough. Shadowy Duel could potentially coming in. TJ so incredibly low. Chanimal connects the haunt, but an interrupt there by Elsewave. Really good peels by Elsewave. Keeps TJ alive.
Yeah, for a moment he gets to live another day, but Waz has Shadow Blades up. He's looking for a connection, tries to find Elsewave, but he gets feared up by Chanimal. Echo just scrambling to reset, to reorganize here as Matt pops in a pain suppression, the first one of the game for him here. And TJ just gets swapped to and deleted. JT with a void shift on 20%. Matt just needs to shadow step, Swaz needs to shadow step him. Can you imagine that? A priest with shadow step? That would be terrifying. In the meantime, Waz down to half. Next pain suppression. Matt really sending those cooldowns to be able to keep Waz stable.
Oof.
As he's trying to kite away. Sap is found on JT Waz completely in the zone, but TJ is back in with the main stun. Matt has the Rapture Shield to keep everything stabilized, and Elsewave is just dying through all the damage. Was kicked on Frost, now has the Ice Block ready and available once again, but his Priest still CC. Elsewave is greeting so much, gets a recognition proc, and will be able to freeze cast here. He's looking for the Ice Wall, trying to separate Waz, but Chanimal with a full fear shuts him down.
Yeah, just Shadow Bolt after Shadow Bolt, just dealing devastation here against Drive Overload. It's a full bash on Meh. Is there any follow-up? Elsewave and TJ still rotting down. A full fear lands. Meh is there for the follow-up. Can he connect another? I don't know if he's going to be able to get out of this one. Big shields coming in once again. These powered shields are insane. Huge icy veins from Elsewave, but he's getting control. He locks out Channel. Beautifully done. This is an opportunity for them to go after Waz. This is the highest threshold of damage that Elsewave is going to have available, but Drive Overload is just getting completely destroyed. Shadowy Duel comes in once again, and TJ, I don't think he's going to escape this one. Waz goes for the KO and finds it. Echo looking good in this game number 1.
Split second decision there at the end from Chanimal as well. Yeah, JT channeling the penance on not TJ, doing some damage, trying to get those atonement heals in, and just gets kicked on the tail, and they are unable to throw in anything else for his Feral, and just like that, it ends. Echo looking a little bit spicy in a few moments here, but generally fairly in control of this first blind pick game, I want to say.
Yeah, I think it looked good. There were moments where, you know, they had some solid swaps on Waz, but it seemed like Matt always had an answer, whether he was just gripping him out of the stun lock and out of the big Comet Storm Meteor to avoid a lot of that incoming damage. There was, you know, just a few close calls, but ultimately these shadowy duels on TJ when he's low on health, he's fully dotted up. You know, the Shadow Bolts are coming in. It's just a lot for JT to kind of deal with. Mana, though, if you look, it actually was in favor of Drive Overload. So if they can find a way to continue this kind of pressure on Chanimal, this pressure on Waz, maybe look for opportunities to find more CC on Meh, they could end up winning this, even just on overall pressure. It's really scary. Those shadowy duels just seem like they're coming up so consistent for Waz, and he uses them really well as kind of like a final execute on TJ.
Exactly. And just like that, the Grand Arena comes to a close. We can talk about any potential other map picks, and I feel like we have a lot of kind of precedent we can talk about here, right? Because this is a repeat of the grand finals of Cup 1 from last weekend, and there it went just the same way. Of course, Echo was playing RMP in game 1, but they also won. We went on to Empyrean Domain, where Drive Overload evened out the series. So I'm very curious how this is going to continue onwards, because I'm not quite sure a large map would be well suited, and Drive Overload agrees they're going to Hook Point.
Looks like we are going to a nice small map. Echo, I think, will very confidently. They might take their time and just discuss strategy, but I think they're very confident in the composition that they're going to run. I would be surprised. I have been wondering, though, like, why are these teams abandoning the Paladin? Because the Paladin looked really good. Not only did it look good yesterday from Welcome to the Jung, but, you know, Drive Overload, they were playing the Paladin. And then we saw also, you know, Cubsy's team. They were playing it as well, the Power Toads. So I don't know why everyone's just getting off the Paladin in favor of the Priest. It seemed to be good. I mean, maybe like the War Games have evolved or something like that, but yeah. I don't know.
I feel like to an extent it's an aspect of getting used to the Paladin again, because it hasn't really been the meta healer in the AWC in quite a while. At the end of Dragonflight, it certainly wasn't quite where people would have liked it to be. And on top of that, learning to play with the Disc Priest, especially considering a bunch of these teams are not traditional Disc Priest teams, right? Yes, you have teams like Echo, like Streamer Zone GG, that have these years of experience playing with a good Disc Priest, but every other team needed to take the
by.
time to learn and pick up this playstyle, because it is very different. It's a very kind of aggressive, because you want to stay ahead of the momentum. You want to make sure your Disc Priest doesn't fall behind, because that's where the spec just really loses potential quite heavily. You want to keep the aggression high. And to get to that point, I feel like 2 weeks into the season, that's kind of the point where the teams really start to feel comfortable on comms with the Disc Priest. And I also feel like that is, when you play it well, where the Disc Priest pulls ahead of the Paladin.
They actually just saved the original fluid from Leroy's original Master Stone and put it in.
Here on Hook Point.
Yep.
And we'll see what they decide to do. It was a lot of setups onto Waz. We'll see if they do that again. Maybe they put more pressure onto Chanimal. Chanimal kind of notorious as being one of the most slippery warlocks. You know, the way he uses his portal and his gateway, the timing of his positioning, it's just really difficult to take him down. So normally warlocks are a great target, but Chanimal
that's
is kind of a
pro
different
mod
beast.
type shit.
And I think
like
that's one of the things that makes Echo so dangerous. Is a lot of these strategies you can kind of rely on in other matchups just don't work as well, just because Echo's so good at playing defensive. So Drive Overload, they're certainly going to have to look for those openings.
Absolutely. On top of that, you have Meh, one of the healers that's just really good,
Yeah,
watching out
did they even
for
test
his
it?
teammates, repositioning
He's
them
been
with
sitting for-
precise grips and the likes. And of course, he loves to go aggressive. Let's see
Since
if that
the
is
fucking last
something
motor
that
blew
will
up.
pay off for Echo. We're heading into game 2. It's Hook Point, Drive
Was the body
Overload.
done?
They need to make something work here to even out the series.
All right,
Not-
here we go. Waz
not
in stealth
yet,
right
but-
now. Looking for a sap. Manages to find it onto Elsewaves. Is going to be just getting
Yeah,
a
I think
counter stun here
the
on
body
TJ.
that they
Slow down
saw,
that opener,
that they
and
set on the
it's
car,
important, right?
that's
For
the one that they
composition
were
Echo
going
is running, they
to
want to just enable
cut
Channel
and
in the
notch in
opener. The
places
first
they
setup
had
isn't
to,
going to be that explosive.
and then they were going to
but
take
you
that
want to
one
allow
back
Channel
to
to
make
start
a
building
new
up this raw
mold.
pressure, which is what we're seeing right now. And Waz does such a good job of enabling an instant kick there on the ice wall. Really good job there by Waz, using those young man reflexes.
Certainly has those available, as Chanimal has an early wall popped in, that unending resolve, giving him some opportunity to just free cast as he can't be interrupted. Man now pushing in, tries to go for the uppies, gets interrupted on it for just a moment, but now he goes up into the sky. TJ kidney shot it up, and immediately JT pops in the barrier, not even taking any chances here as the Bugskinner's on cooldown. He's still dropping down to 10% HP. The heals are coming through, no Rapture available after this, and JT pops in a Dispel on that unstable affliction, silencing himself, and TJ recovers for the moment. But Echo, they look like they're in the driver's seat. Waz finds a seed chain onto JT, and Elsewave getting pressured at the same time.
Yeah, TJ's low. Shadowy Duel available for Waz. Have to be very careful. He's so good and precise at using those duels to just finish off TJ. So TJ has to be prepared. There's no Barskin. Here's a Mame onto Matho, and Waz is getting low. Needs to be careful. They're putting pressure on a Chanimal at the same time. Also, he's going to blink out of the stun. Goes for a Polymorph. Finds it. He actually finds a full Polymorph on Meh. Chanimal immediately portals out of the way, looking for Fears, but unable to find it. TJ now gets cheap shot as Chanimal gates away. This is just a little bit dangerous here for Chanimal, but it seems like he has weathered the storm. Mech can heal him up, and now it's going to be Elsewave taking the brunt of the pressure.
Oh, what a grip from yes, JT brings in the defensive fear, but so has Chanimal ready at one for him. And he's taking some good damage. Has the health stone still available, 30 seconds to Dark Pact. And of course, Meh, once he's out of that polymorph, has heals and shields. The Wazoo ready for him. TJ takes a big punishment, actually insane damage coming through on Chanimal, forcing the health stone and the defensive duel from Waz as he is trying to make some measure work here. TJ trades out the survival instincts, another big defensive that Echo just got out of Drive Overload, but for the moment that ice wall really putting pressure onto Meh. He tries to reposition, Chanimal ports out, trying to reconnect, but Elsewave, he has a Bloodlust proc, the Time Warp coming in clutch, and they're sending Chanimal down to half. Finds the Unstable Affliction, but the damage is not stopping. The heals from Meh are massive. And TJ dips out trying to look for a Cyclone and does not quite find it as Waz cloaks it. The damage continues, and the grip should stabilize Chanimal, at least for the moment here, Sven.
Yeah, I really like the strategy. Chanimal almost goes down. I was going to say, just unrelenting in this pressure on Chanimal to get the swap out of the way. Meh really close call there with that one, but TJ and Elsewave just really focusing on just all-out damage on Chanimal. They're just overwhelming Echo. At the same time, though, TJ's low, needs to be careful in bear form, pain suppression. JT just trades out the swap at the same time. Now it's going to be Chanimal that could easily go down. He's in line of sight of his portal, so TJ can immediately get there, but he's just forced so defensive. JT still in a fear. Excellently done there by Chanimal. Under fire, still finding the crowd control, still setting up his team, looking for raptures, and this is a really good job here by Echo. A few close calls on challenge, making a new soul well, wants more Hellstones. He's got that low cooldown, and Elsewave will be forced into his ice block.
When's the last time you've seen that? He's just casting Soul Well in the middle of the match. Matt finds another mind control, kind of slowing the game down for Echo for just a moment. Waz was looking for a re-stealth, doesn't quite find it, but TJ gets the maim stun, the counterspell in as well. Chanimal under fire. Unending Resolve is back up and ready. I think he should be largely fine here. Gets a pain suppression, has the health stone and Dark Pact available now, and TJ is dropping lower and lower. Now connecting onto Chanimal. This could get risky, but he immediately gets coiled and has to run away. Rapture shields keeping Chanimal healthy. He ports out, reconnects with Meh, trying to set himself up in terms of positioning, and they're just waiting for Waz to be able to send the setup. He is looking for JT. He's looking for that full kidney shot, and this might just be where Echo wins the game, but a quick ice wall from Elsewave shuts them down.
Yeah, nice ice wall. Chanimal repositioning on the other side of the pillar. Waz goes for the stun lock. TJ's in trouble.
Oh, this
doesn't
is not
really
good.
have much damage though from Chanimal. He might be able to hold on. Are they just going to take him down through Barkskin? Waz is on a solo mission right now, but TJ, he was just playing so defensive in that moment that Chanimal really wasn't able to assist in that setup whatsoever, and one of the reasons why TJ was able to stay alive. At the same time, though, Elswave's rotting down. Second ice block has been forced with the shadowy duel of Waz. Once again, MVP with that ability. Those timings are sick. 5 minutes have elapsed into the game. Another setup here onto TJ. Ultimate penitence here from Meh. The bolts are flying in. The damage could be overwhelming here onto TJ. A spell lock slips in by Chanimal. Nice spell lock into a blind. JT is forced to trade out his trinket to keep TJ alive. At the same time, Chanimal trades out the unending resolve, a full polymorph on Meh, using the death to break out of that. A Dragon's Breath to follow it up. Chanimal is low on health. Meh doesn't have many answers. Chanimal could fall. They might be able to do it. Drive overload. They're playing aggressive. Chanimal gets maimed behind the pillar. Gets gripped back by Meh. Nicely done there by Meh. It looks like they might be able to hold on, but this is just overwhelming pressure from TJ and Elsewave.
They just need to find a turnaround anywhere. Maybe with this kidney shot, Waz has Shadow Blades, and Chanimal pops in the Dark Pact. No more defensives. Maybe the pain suppression. 15 seconds onto Mass barrier.
Oh,
and Elsewave is just rotting down. He has nothing. The grip from JT. The Rapture shields are so reduced thanks to dampening, and TJ is dying at the same time. Struggle moments here for JT. He needs to move heaven and earth to keep his team alive here, and Waz wants to shut that down. The ice wall is massive. Maybe last-ditch effort here. Swapping over onto the Rogue, but Meh makes it around the wall, reconnecting with his team, and now they got all the damage in the world. A nice shutdown here with the counterspell onto the Haunt. Elsewave not letting the damage come in, but he is still just rotting down. TJ dying, JT, Echo is letting them hang out to dry. It's looking dire. The last few seconds of this match are ticking down. Full fear. Double follow-up from Meh. TJ falls, Elsewave falls, and Echo up to 2.
Yep, Echo up 2-0 now with this composition, but there was a lot more close calls. And this one, I really like the fact that they were going after Chanimal. This small map certainly helped. Like, I think out of all the maps, it's probably the better ones for going after the Warlock. So not being able to just kind of seal the deal and finish the job on Hook Point is definitely unfortunate for Drive Overload, but this is a really good attempt. I mean, you got to shadow Drive Overload. They're still trying to make plays here. The wall comes down. They go after Waz, but the barrier is enough. Matt actually thought stealing Elsewave here, so he can't get any kind of polymorphs, and it really stops him from getting any kind of significant peel. So Matt doing a really good job with that ability, not only preventing Elsewave from polymorphing him, but also not allowing him to peel, so they could just ride this momentum. Echo just so creative with their strategies, their talent choices, and it's at this point where it's basically impossible for JT to do anything. He's just getting stunned up, he's getting feared, and there's just no healing left. He tries to go for the Will of Forsaken, but Nez there for the follow-up, and there's just no way he's healing through that kind of pressure at that point of the game.
No, it's impressive play from Drive Overload and JT to stay in the game so effectively and having consistent almost kill pressure onto Chanimal for almost 7 minutes straight with an athlete lock just blasting. Okay, not just an athlete lock, with Chanimal blasting them the entire time. So mana just towards the end running out. The defensives, I think they rotated them very, very well. Some minor overlaps here and there, I feel like, but I don't think you can play this game that much better on the side of Drive Overload. And with this being their map pick, I feel like this series is only going to get harder from here on out.
I think that's certainly a possibility, but they did look better there. Just like,
yeah.
It's just Chanimal does such a good job. It's not just Chanimal though. It's everyone on the team. You know, they really set. Oh wow, Drive Overload. They're abandoning that strategy. They're not playing the Feral Mage anymore. They're going to be going to Ruins of Lordaeron, an absolute classic here for the Beast Mastery Hunter. Bringing in Elsewave on the DK also. So in a shocking turn of events, they're bringing in a BM Hunter DK. And we'll see if this cleave composition can go toe-to-toe. Because I don't think that this is like one of those matchups where they're just going to easily kill Chanimal or anything like that. But what I do think is that this is going to be less than 2 minutes. That's my guess. Less than 2 minutes here, Lithy.
You think it's going to be over that quickly?
I do,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a classic. It has to. It's
I mean,
like
you
fate.
have a point. Yeah, no, you have a point. I mean, it's not their first games on this comp, but
it could be over in either direction. I'm not saying that they're just gonna lose in 2 minutes. I'm saying someone's gonna lose.
I'm saying 4 minutes and 17 seconds. And
Okay.
then Drive Overload is gonna lose.
Okay. I like it.
Okay. Okay. Good.
We'll see what happens. Yeah. Either way, though, Echo up 2-0 right now. We're going to Ruins of Lordaeron, and this could be a great battleground to finish off the series. Drive Overload going to be looking to battle it back here. They need to reverse sweep Echo. Not an easy thing to do, but Grand Finals is going to be on the line. They want to pick up those points. If they could eliminate Echo now, pick up that momentum, is going to be important. Elsewave immediately just running on top of Chanimal, and I think he's going to be the main focus target in this match.
Did TJ just pet Bloodlust and then swap pet right as the gates open?
Yes.
Call of the Wild in as well. Some massive, massive strats coming through. Some good damage on Echo right out of the gate. And of course, Archangel and Rapture Shields popped in and desperately trying to keep this entire team alive. But this is the big, scary moment, the start of the match when everything is rolling. All the DK CDs, all the Hunter CDs. Echo just needs to live this and they are back in the driver's seat.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see if they can do it. Chanimal portals away once again to safety. Waz is there to get the follow-up stuns. And Elsewave, he's already burned through his Icebound Fortitude. TJ could just go down. He is so low on health. There it is. At 2 minutes.
Oh my God.
2 minutes, I told you. Echo, they
This was
survived.
57 seconds, man.
I know.
It was like half of what...
Hey,
Wow.
I'm happy with that one. I mean, Echo, that was very impressive. You mentioned it, right? The beginning of the game is the scariest point in the game. So what Waz tries to do, like basically this is how this matchup plays. Echo has to play defense in the opener, and what Drive Overload needs to do is just play as aggressive as possible. They want to pick up that momentum. So Waz's responsibility in a matchup like this is just get the cooldowns out of the way. You want to force TJ to feel like he has to trinket to stay aggressive. You want to force Elsewave to feel like he has to use his Icebound Fortitude to stay aggressive. You get the trinket from JT as well. And that's already, if you live and you also get every trinket, now the scariest moment is out of the way, and this is when you can start focusing on your offense. So the Fear lands on JT. They get the stun lock on TJ. They still had that entire Death Coil coming in there from a channel, that Mortal Coil effect to take him down. So that was a massive overkill on TJ, and Echo gets it done. Clean sweep.
Well, can't do it any better than that. Thank you for that breakdown, Vin. It is very enlightening, and quite honestly, this sets us up to have, quite honestly, the juiciest, the tastiest finals we could have hoped for NNA. Because I think there's a very particular player waiting up there for Echo to join them.
Yeah, most definitely. Phoenix Reborn. They are going to be the team that Echo is matching, and a player that we highlighted this morning and so many times throughout the weekend. Then Zeepai, do we feel like he's going to be able to lead his team to victory to take down Echo?
We'll have to see. It's certainly a possibility. I mean, Zeepai has gone toe-to-toe with Echo a lot, but Echo, I don't know. They just are looking like a different beast here today. A lot of these teams, a lot of these very good teams are trying these hunter compositions, and it's just not working out. Do they need the elemental shaman? Is that the X factor? You need the Beastmaster hunter, and then you also need an elemental shaman as good as Zeepai, who's just been, you know, so clutch with his lightning lassos, his hex, his shears, his grounds for years and years and years against Echo. Is that what you need? We'll have to wait and see, but I think it's going to be a really good finals.
Yeah, I think so as well. And don't forget also, we're doing North America immediately after, so the rest of the day certainly going to be exciting. And with that, I believe we are going to be heading to a break, so definitely stick around here. Before we do that, though, perhaps a spell guessing game? Want to do a spell guessing
Perhaps
game?
just a quick.
Oh, I would gladly
a little
take
cheeky
one.
spell guessing game? Maybe production.
My first one of the day.
They're doing
so
it.
I'm
They're
excited.
doing it. There we go. All right.
Here we go. All right.
Let's
Yes,
do
I
it.
can't wait. This is my favorite.
Really believe in us, guys. Oh,
Here we go.
requires priest. Okay.
Instant cast.
Oh god.
Ability by the priest.
This is Shadow Fiend.
Mindbender. It could be Shadow Fiend or Mindbender, I guess.
It's Shadow Fiend. Or is it Mindbender?
I mean,
Oh, it could actually be Mindbender.
is Shadow Fiend
The
replenish
blur
more
in
mana?
front of the percentage of mana it's too close. It could be a 0.2%.
Is that the difference? Is Mindbender a 0.2%?
I'm not sure how much Mindbender is. I think it's 0.4 or 0.2, but I'm very sure that Shadow Fiend is 2% mana per hit.
So that's maybe where they're trying to trick us. It's definitely that.
Yeah.
100%. Could it be anything else?
Yeah, it's not Void Wraith, because Void Wraith is a shadow only, and Shadow doesn't care about mana. There would be something about insanity here.
It's actually not Shadow only.
Shadow doesn't care about mana. There would be something about insanity here.
It's actually not Shadow only.
Psyfiend.
Discipline Priest can play that too. You can actually play a talent.
Oh, right.
Or disc.
I'm stupid. It's in the Void Weaver, right?
Yeah. So, it
Yeah.
could be any of those now. Oh. This is
Shadow
brutal.
It's Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with my gut and say Mindbender because that's what it was telling. Like I really think it could be any of them, but I'm just gonna go with my first.
Wait,
instinct.
Shadow Fiend, Mindbender, and okay. I feel like I'm gonna go with
you
something.
could go. I really think it could be any of them, but I'm just gonna go with my first.
Wait,
instinct.
Shadow Fiend, Mindbender, and okay. I feel like I'm gonna go with
you
something.
could go with
that...
Void Wrath.
It's Mindbender.
No, I want to.
It's Mindbender. It's
I want to go
Mindbender.
with Psyfiend.
What is it?
Okay, go with Psyfiend if you want. I'm going with Mindbender. Here we go.
Show us chat.
I feel like Mindbender is 8 seconds, but I also think Shadow Fiend is 16 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with Shadow Fiend.
All right,
I'm
let's see
getting my
it.
priest card removed. I don't care.
Reveal.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
You were right.
Point 2 mana.
Your
I even
intuition
called
on the
it.
point 2. Yeah, you knew.
Okay. Okay.
I hate it.
All right.
I guess I won even before we saw the answers. I was like, dialed in. I got lucky.
You were. You did. Oh, okay.
I just need to have more faith in you, Ben.
What the heck is this?
This
I
is
hate
amazing.
this. Okay, I don't think it's C.
Don't think it's. What is even the difference?
C
just
needs
the
to go to
I.
the dentist. That's for sure.
Teethies.
It's D.
I'm playing. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm not. Actually, I don't even want to explain my logic. I'm just gonna go with A.
I was gonna go with A as well, just because the teeth look right to me.
My logic is the eyes are different, so I feel like they're trying to trick us.
Oh yeah, they are. Okay. I'm going with A. Also. Oh, but
I'm sticking
D
with
kinda
D.
looks- Okay. Oh man. All right, I'm still gonna go with A. All right. Show it to
Here we
us.
go. Reveal the answer.
Reveal the answer. Production. Oh.
Yes.
Woo!
2 for
Yeah, I'm
2.
definitely losing my class card. Holy.
I just don't. I don't want them to give me any mage answer. No mage stuff because I don't even want to have the possibility of losing my card. You know.
They just put the mage ones up to the front of the queue for you, Ben. All right, well, here's a look at the bracket. We're almost halfway through the day. We're heading into the European Grand Finals. Up next, Echo They've had to play 3 series in a row, and now they are meeting Phoenix Reborn here in the grand finals. It's going to be a very, very intense series. It's best of 7 as well, so hold on to your seats. We're going to head to a break. When we come back, it's Phoenix Reborn versus Echo.
That lower bracket, or they're sharp, they're ready to go, you know, they haven't lost focus. Meanwhile, Phoenix Reborn, they're in the upper bracket, falling asleep, you know, their caffeine's wearing off, all that good stuff. So it could go either way. I think both these teams at this point are like really dialed in. For me, I like having the momentum. Either way is kind of good. I mean, if you're in that lower bracket and you're just beating team after team after team, especially having dominant performance, like picking up the momentum is definitely going to be making you feel good. It feels like for Echo, they're almost the underdog. They're not the underdogs, but like almost coming through that lower bracket. Phoenix Reborn, it's like, okay, can we do it again? You know, these guys are looking like monsters. They're just seeing them destroy all the competition. So that's a scary place to be in too.
You know, it's funny because after that open bracket game, Waz told me that they had been waiting around and they came into that series against Phoenix Reborn cold. So maybe they're playing to their strengths, but we are going to see Swapsy going up against his former teammates here with Echo. And it's going to be, again, the DK Hunter coming out from Phoenix Reborn. Echo going to be leading with the Rogue Warlock here. So we're going to see Waz actually playing the Assassination as well. So a lot of mix-ups happening here on both sides. Let's see who takes it here in the opener then.
Yeah, this is really interesting. This is not what I was expecting at all in the blind pick. The Assassination Rogue. Right now, Swapsy and Waz kind of just duking it out in the middle of the map. And we've seen this before from Phoenix Reborn, just allowing Swapsy to kind of be the main tank of the game. Just really try to stop Waz from getting anything going. Just grip him into the middle of the map. Just allow Houston and Numbless to put out pure damage. And try to just win on pressure, just outright pressure. Swapsy, though, is taking a lot of damage right now. Needs to be careful just tanking this entire ultimate penitence with full damage over time effects. I mean, I can't believe he just shrugged that off.
Yeah, Swapsy is looking quite beefy, but as I say that, he's in execute range. He needs to respect that Assassination Rogue execute, dropping very low. Gets the pain suppression, though, from Numbless. Numbless sitting through a gouge right now. Has a little bit of healing to do onto his teammates here. Houston also dropping quite low. Stun onto Waz. Matt with a beautiful mind control there as well in the back line. And now Houston moving in, looking for some crowd control. Chanimal's going to be the target of choice. Undefeated on broadcast. Matt looking for another mind control here onto Swapsy. And he's going to be stalling the damage a lot, but the Diamond Eyes trap connects. But at the same time, Houston's taking a lot of damage. Nice double blinding sleet coming out from Swapsy. Numbless now with the ultimate penitence coming out there in the back line, just healing up his team. Chanimal porting away here on quite low HP. Needs to be very careful there. Nice kick lands from Houston. Swapsy with the anti-magic shell making his way back to the target. Chanimal trying to get out of that defile on the ground. Manages to finally do it. Coil gets dispelled there onto Swapsy. Chanimal with a beautiful fake cast, gets the precognition, gets the haunt, and there's the asphyxiate grip onto Waz, and he's going to be porting away on the side here. Chanimal once again just tanking out those pets in the back line, and so far I would say it could come down to mana here. Both teams rotting down quite a bit, but finally a Diamond Dice connects. Waz, what are you going to do? Trades out the Healthstone and the evasion, doesn't have the Cloak of Shadows, and at the same time Chanimal now caught up in a stun, gets dispelled by man, gets around the corner, looking for the fake casts here. Big damage connecting from Houston. Was almost going down here in that exchange. He has the Cloak of Shadows, and I think the Assassination Rogue could be a squishy target here for Phoenix Reborn to exploit.
Yeah, definitely. He gets gripped back too. Swapsy's just so annoying. Like, just gripping him back, chains of ice. He's just stuck there as they get pummeled by Houston and Numbless. And I really like this strategy. Swapsy's just built really tanky, but needs to be careful. Full blind on Numbless. Wants to hold on. He gets the Void Shift. There's the double blinding sleep just to slow down some damage. Again, the defile is going to be dropping down. Swapsy getting some cleave, but he needs to get the anti-magic shell off. He does manage to connect it, and I think Swapsy will survive with that one. Mana still about even, maybe even a slight lead here for Matt, which isn't really what you'd expect. Waz needs to be careful, though. With no cloak, no vanish, and no evasion, he's definitely an open target here, but at the same time, Swapsy is in a lot of danger. These shields are getting dispelled. Nice dispel there by Matt, just removing these big, powerful shields by Numbless, really putting their team ahead.
Yeah, but Numbless with the Rapture able to spam them, but still Swapsy not out of the woods just yet. Rotting down. Here's the haunt. Huge damage from Chanimal, and it is going to be Echo that takes game number 1 here. Kind of a surprise pick, but the Assassination Rogue is very effective. I think Phoenix Reborn weren't expecting it, and Echo looking as dominating as ever. Chanimal now 10-0 on the broadcast.
Yeah, I mean, they're just looking really good. There was a few close calls, though. I mean, this is an even series, but this is definitely one of those matchups where it could go back and forth, right? Like, depending on what they pick. However, I feel like this is kind of the matchup Phoenix Reborn wanted. So maybe it actually won't go back and forth. Like, I could easily see at this point Echo just like, if they can't beat this composition with what Phoenix Reborn locked in blind, like, I am a little bit afraid for them. We can see right now Swapsy is under a lot of pressure, so really no defensive cooldowns left. He's got about 1 second left on that anti-magic shell. Managed to get it off, but still that bleed damage from Waz is going to be more than effective. Sudden demise kicks in, then he is going to go down. He had just 10 seconds. Actually, let's see here. Did he have the Dark Iron Dwarf racial? I feel like he might have actually had it, and Swapsy could have maybe survived there. We'll have to wait and see. He gets feared up here. It's coming off cooldown in just a few short seconds. Anti-magic shell's up in about 10 seconds. So did he have an answer for the setup? He actually might have been able to survive.
Yeah, he did have it, by the looks of it.
Shell, Dwarf, like, live,
yeah.
I think.
Shell Dwarf actually would have been enough. I think he was afraid of a UA, but he didn't have UA on him right there, so he could have actually done it. Personally, I play Dark Iron Dwarf as well, so I've done that a couple of times where you just dispel a UA on yourself and you just like kill your own character from like half HP.
What happened?
But yeah, and the healers are always so confused, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't know, that's crazy. Just Warlock damage. How they need to nerf that. But yeah, Swapsy I think was maybe afraid of that, but these are those high stakes situations, and Swapsy also coming in cold here. This is his first game, I think, today.
Look at Chanimal's damage. Like, what? he is doing the damage of a Beast Mastery Hunter and an Unholy Death Knight combined. I want everyone to fully appreciate that. A Beast Mastery Hunter and an Unholy Death Knight combined. So Chanimal putting out a lot of work on this Warlock.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? Chanimal, he's so good at fake casting. He's so good at positioning. He just reads the game. It's so hard to land kicks on this guy, and he's also really good at interrupting. It's just, yeah, he's just got the whole package when it comes to Warlock, and we can see why he's so successful. Just being able to fake cast a lot, getting his dots out and just repositioning constantly, knows when to go for the CC, knows when to get his damage. And yeah, I mean, at the end of that one, it was the sudden demise from the Assassination Rogue. But I do think that if we table it back to the compositions for a second, I think Phoenix Reborn wanted this matchup, but with the sub-rogue. So I think the plot twist here is Waz coming in on the Assassination Rogue. Now the question is, are they going to lock that in once again, or are they maybe going to go for their RMP? Because their RMP was winning games as well against the BM Ellie. So they could go on blind picks with the RMP and just try to have like a round. Oh my, what? Okay, so we got Waz form coming in, Meh on the Holy Paladin, and then we got Chanimal again on the Warlock. I don't know.
What are they afraid of? This is a really interesting one to me. Maybe this does go to like a game 7 then, because this is just completely out of nowhere. Mez gonna play Paladin? Waz is gonna play Feral? Oh, I mean, okay. I didn't expect that one, but sounds good. I know Matt's been tweeting out, follow Matt on Twitter, and he's been tweeting out about Holy Light and how strong Holy Light is.
You have to search for it or something.
Tweeting out like 7 million Holy Lights and stuff like that. So I guess he's been investing some time into it. And now I'm curious, where does Phoenix Reborn? Like, how do they pivot here?
That is a good question. I don't know if do you want to have the Ellie Shaman into Chanimal's Warlock? I'm not sure if that's a matchup that you actually want. Phoenix Reborn, what do they do here? I feel like BM Hunter, maybe BM Hunter GK wouldn't be too bad here into this, but at the same time, DK versus Feral is not the greatest matchup as well. So I don't know. I think this is a pretty solid pick all around from Echo. And if I'm on Phoenix Reborn, I want to play Zeepai every single game. But Shaman into Warlock, I don't like the matchup that much. And yeah, they're going to just go for the DK Hunter again.
Yo.
Okay. So that just tells me that Phoenix Reborn has something for the Roblox Priest. It has to,
I've been watching.
But yeah, that was a really interesting pick for Echo, because the Assassination Rogue, here's the interesting thing about rogues is it's like there's always some spec. There's always like some iteration that's like, oh, they're playing subtlety.
Dude, for some reason it actually misshifts.
Like, we can beat them with this. And then, oh, he's an Assassination Rogue.
I don't know why.
Completely changes the dynamic of the matchup. And now you need some new composition. And I'm sure once they beat Assassination, Outlaw Waz is going to be coming in, or now Feral Waz.
Really?
So some iteration that you have to like consider and think about. But yeah, Chanimal definitely hitting a home run in that first game. Let's see if he can perform once again against this composition.
You see that ETS run, Joe?
A very passive playstyle, right? Like they're basically sending Swapsy in, trying to be disruptive, and then almost just trying to mana burn with damage. Just
a lot on tap.
Slowly
I'll do a
mana
pass.
Cooldowns with the consistent damage.
Pass. As soon as it shifts into second, I'll fucking grab the scramble.
Unfortunately, they were kind of beat at their own game in that game 1.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really good way to put it. Just kind of going for the mana burn strategy, and also just whenever they have those moments with high pressure, that's when we can see Houston pushing in, looking for the diamond eyes, looking for the traps, and that's when Chanimal's going to be really pressured in the matchup. But Waz form coming out now on the Feral Druid could be kind of a good target as well for Phoenix Reborn. The Assassination Rogue is also quite a good target, but Meh on the Holy Paladin, I would say, is kind of the most surprising thing here, because we haven't seen Meh too much on Holy Paladin. We have seen him on Prez Evoker, and he was absolutely disgusting in Dragonflight on that Prez Evoker. It just felt like he was, just on a tier above everybody else on that. So if he has invested a lot of time into the Holy Paladin, I'm very sure that it's going to be looking just as good. But we are wasting no time. This is the grand finals here in Europe, and it's going to be a best of 7. So the first team to catch 4 wins will be the champion here. And of course, Echo looking to win this one, because on the standings, they've already knocked out Drive Overload, which is number 2 on the standings. This is a chance for them to kind of get even further ahead, which I would say has been kind of their main competition so far. Phoenix Reborn not having too many points from that cup number 1. I think only have 25 points. So they have an opportunity here to kind of climb up the standings, but nowhere near that top echelon. But right now, we're going to see Meh stun into a trap. Chanimal is going to be the target, and instantaneously getting a precognition proc right off the bat. Waz also on the Feral Druid, looking for some bleeds here over onto Swapsy. Chanimal is taking quite a heavy beating, though, as Waz pushes in for the stun here onto Numbness. Looking for the Cyclone. Is he going to be able to find a beautiful fake cast there? And he gets it, but at what cost? He took so much damage while he was in caster form there.
Yeah, Meh's going to have to play catch up just a little bit here, and they are going to lose some damage. Like, not having Meh to assist in damage is going to really hurt them. We'll see what Waz can do. Houston is just dragging Waz to the ends of the earth and just making swaps. It's a really good strategy, but the problem is you can't leave Swapsy by himself for too long. Seems like he's going to be okay with both Chanimal and Waz going after Swapsy. They grip in. Beautiful blinding sleep. The triple here by Swapsy, setting up his team. Chanimal will just use the Demonic Circle to get away, but at the same time, they're pressuring Meh and Waz quite heavily. The pressure for Phoenix Reborn is a lot in this match.
Yeah, and now here comes another Cyclone over onto Numliz. It's going to connect. Waz looking for the target. It's going to be Houston. Big bite coming in there over onto Houston. Meh looking for the Repentance, and it lands. Numliz trinkets into a Hammer of Justice. The whole team is rotting down. This is going to be the Void Shift coming out from Numliz. That's going to be the Turtle potentially as well from Houston. The entire team is just rotting down. Chanimal with another fake cast gets the haunt off. Huge damage potentially onto Swapsy now, as he is dropping down to about 30% HP. Chanimal immediately ports away from that grip, gets the beautiful UAs all over the team, as well as now finally Houston pops his cooldowns, and he gets Cyclone immediately on that. He's going to trinket out that Cyclone to try to continue the pressure. They need counter pressure on the side of Phoenix Reborn. Waz finally getting interrupted on one of those Cyclones, but a Repentance is going to sneak in from Meh on the Holy Paladin. Waz, though, in a Diamondized trap. Chanimal, what are you going to do? He's taking a lot of damage here as well from Phoenix Reborn.
Yeah, definitely. Chanimal could be in trouble. They're making a push. Meh tries to block it with a Blessing of Protection, but it's not dispelled just yet. So luckily not going to get dispelled by the Trank Shot or the dispel of Numliz, and that is able to sit full. But a beautiful CC chain incoming here by Echo, but Waz rotting down in the meantime. Beautiful play here by Swapsy, getting the Blinding Sleet out once again. Chanimal repositions with the Gateway. Meh just trying to connect heals, and I think he will keep the team alive. Mana's still looking pretty good. Waz gets interrupted. He goes for the maim into the Cyclone, gets kicked there by Houston and shut down, but the Cyclone inevitably lands, and who are they going after? The scatter shot by Houston. Honestly, Houston's doing such a good job just slowing down the offense of Waz with kicks and scatters, but inevitably Waz will connect and get some damage rolling.
Yeah, and right now Swapsy trying to go after Meh, but Meh behind the pillar, not going to be too good of a target. Beautiful port right there on the defile of Swapsy by Chanimal. Chanimal now sitting there, rooting up the pets as well with the mass root actually from Waz. So nice little adaptation there to reduce a lot of that BM Hunter damage. But here comes another CC attempt, stun onto Numlis. Repentance being casted. Nice scatter shot from Houston, shutting it down. Diamond Eye is going to be landing onto Waz. He's looking for the Cyclone. He gets feared on the Cyclone cast. Numlis trying to buy a couple of more seconds here to top his team, but not going to be able to get too much done as he does get Cyclone trinkets out of that one immediately. Rapture to respond as well as he's shielding up his boys, and now there is the anti-magic zone coming out as well from Swapsy. But so far it is just Chanimal and Waz on this damage meter, getting so much work done. Finally some pressure over onto Chanimal. He gets gripped on his port. This could be a moment where they could get a big cooldown. Chanimal, what are you going to do? Teleport, use the health stone, might need to use the gateway here as well. Unending Result is available in his back pocket, but he's holding on to it. Sacrifice from Meh should be more than enough. Another Shadow Fury coming out. Triple Blinding Sleep from Swapsy, taking a page out of Mez's book right there. Chanimal immediately going to be porting away to safety, but here comes Phoenix Reborn. They're chasing him. They're trying to chase down Meh as well with that Sacrifice redirect damage, but so far not able to pressure him too much. Now Numlis caught up in CC chain, but Chanimal again under heavy fire catches another Blessing of Protection, and now it's going to be Houston on the back foot. Houston, 1 second left on the stun, going down to 10% HP. Finally catches a heal, but Swapsy's rotting down as well. So much pressure. Pain suppression connects from Numlis as he looks to try to catch his team back up, and he managed to do it, but at what cost, Van?
Yeah, I mean, that is a good question. Chanimal getting gripped in there. They still have some pressure. Swapsy and Houston still just going for it, but Chanimal's going to trade off the wall. Houston's in so much trouble. Hammer of Justice here onto Numlis. All three members are rotting down and getting destroyed. Trap onto Waz, just doing anything it can to try to slow down their offense, but Numlis just cannot recover. It could be a triple kill. Swapsy's getting so incredibly low. Powered shields and raptures coming in here for Numlis, but he just does not have the throughput. Swapsy hanging on by a thread. The triple! He might keep them in the game with that triple. Can they do it? They're going for a ton of pressure on Chanimal, but he portals away to safety once again. That was a great counter setup there by Swapsy, but Numlis is running out of time.
Yeah, and Numlis is sitting through a Cyclone, a miracle swap over onto Meh Houston. I don't know if he's going to be able to survive this one, though. Ducks around the corner. Meh bubbles to try to take him down, but a nice flame death comes out, and that's going to be the ultimate penitence coming out for Numlis. He's trying to turn it around. We've seen this movie before. Waz is taking so much damage. The bolts are raining in from the sky, and somehow, miraculously, Phoenix Reborn are reborn in this matchup, staying alive.
I can't believe it. Numlis keeping his team in the game. Full Mamesa into a full Cyclone at the same time. Chanimal is rotting down. The trap lands on Meh. He deflects the attack with the sacrifice, and I think Echo should be able to hold on. Houston with nothing left. No defensive cooldowns whatsoever. Numlis as well. They've got nothing left in the tank. The Shadow Bolts are coming. There comes the coil. Spell lock on Numlis, and Chanimal seals the deal. Let's see. It still could potentially be a cross kill here. I think it's very unlikely, but it's possible. Let's keep our eyes open for that one.
Yep.
I think Swapsy should go down here in just a few short seconds.
HRT.
Anti-Magic Shell is not available, and Echo do it up 2-0. That was a great final push there by Chanimal.
I would love to see just a precognition uptime there for Chanimal, because I feel every time I looked, he just had it. Every time there was a kick available on Swapsy, Chanimal fakes it. Every time there was a kick available on anyone on the side of Phoenix Reborn, Chanimal was just able to do so much damage in this matchup. But this was a crazy close call onto Houston. Numlis managed to recover his teammates, and then they go for the final push. Once again, the bash comes in, the full Cyclone comes in, and Houston finds himself behind the pillar in no man's land. And look at that precognition immediately. As soon as you put the camera on Chanimal, precognition active, UA, just the whole team is just getting dotted. He porch in aggressively and also defensively there. They connect with the Hammer of Justice.
If you want to skip a race,
with
you can
the
just
coil. He
log in as admin and start the race twice, and then it'll
onto Numlis there as well, and the Shadow Bolt proc as well, as you mentioned. I got to give Swapsy some credit, though. These triple blinding sleets were definitely clutch, but still really close calls there. And Echo kind of showing up here with a completely new composition that we haven't seen, and it's looking good. I mean, look at that damage.
Yeah. Did we like this more? Like, I'm not even sure. Like, it's interesting to me Echo locked this in. I guess more as the series go on, I think it'll reveal more and more information, but it's curious to me that they did change their composition, and this looked good too. So maybe they're showing, hey, you know, we got 2 compositions that can beat you. I really don't know. As long as Channel's in the game, I think things are probably looking pretty good here. The triple Blinding Sleet, like you said, we're definitely on point for swaps. Yeah, like, I don't think Phoenix Reborn is playing this bad. These are really close games. It's just when it counts at the finish line, Echo's able to pull a little bit further ahead, and was able to find these moments for crowd control. Just these Bash Cyclones are deadly if no one can really help out. Numless is kind of left alone, and yeah, I think all 6 players in this game had a phenomenal showcase, but Echo, at the end of it, it's only 2 games away from closing it out. If you're Phoenix Reborn, what do? Like, what you've prepared has lost to 2 different comps now.
Yeah, maybe it's time to bring in Zeepai, the last bastion of Europe here.
Your mic is
to
muted.
try to get something going against Echo, but I'm not sure. You know, Meh as well on the Holy Paladin. So impressive, just pulling out 900k HPS the whole game, landing so many clutch repentances as well early on in the match, forcing a lot of cooldowns. And it really is, you know, another one of those situations where you can tell Echo has really kind of done their homework in this matchup. They're going for these MAME stuns onto Numliz, and then you have Waz on one side casting Cyclone, and Meh on the other side casting the Repentance, and you only have so many stops for that. At some point, you're going to be able to land one of them, and when you do, well, it's jackpot. You're going to get big cooldowns, and that's what we saw in the early game, and then here towards the later stages of the match as well. Just seeing, you know, how healing intensive got. Meh was able to keep up his team, land clutch blessings of protection, and just make sure that everybody is staying alive. Even here when Waz is making this push, he has the sacrifice. So and it's such a big deal if you feel confident, if you have high HP, especially in these like you know, last moments in the match. It just makes you able to play so offensively and continue your pressure. And then this Hammer of Justice as well, you don't need to cover it over onto Numliz because you have that unstable affliction. So it's just a well-oiled machine working together on the side of Echo.
So devastating.
I would, but I don't feel like
I couldn't imagine being a competitor and just having to play against Channel. Like, it's just a nightmare. We're seeing it in the games, but it's like he's just so consistent with, you know, many aspects of his gameplay. His ability to not only land interrupts, I think he's, you know, training in high gravity, living in Australia, playing on North American realms as a young boy. So I think that definitely gives him a little bit of an edge there. But yeah, it's crazy. Also, his ability to fake cast, he's like impossible to interrupt for whatever reason. I don't know. He's just always in the head of his opponent.
Channel is good at reading that, and that's one of the things, right? When you're playing these casters, like you know it as well, you know, as a mage main, even though we don't cast as much these days, a lot of it is kind of reading. A lot of it is kind of reading the pattern of your opponent. Like you kind of realize, like, okay, this guy likes to kick fast. He likes to kick early in the cast, and then you go for these like 0.1 fakes. And some other players, they like to go for those really late kicks, like really late into the cast. Like historically, Raiku's been like that, whereas Zeepai, he's been, you know, somebody who really goes for those fast kicks a lot of the time. So it really depends on the player, and I think you can kind of feel it out in the matchup. And the best people, you know, at landing and at fake casting are those who can kind of read that and also kind of adapt to it in the middle of the game, realizing, hey, this guy's always going for the late fake. I'm going to switch it up and go for an early kick here. And if you can kind of win that mental game, it's going to put your team ahead in a really, really big way, especially on something like the Affliction Warlock, which just does insane amounts of damage if you get going with that rot pressure.
All right. Let's see what happens here. Phoenix Reborn, they need to battle it back. They're down 0-2 in the grand finals. They're the team that sent Echo down to the lower bracket, but Echo is looking absolutely focused. They're looking dialed in here for this series, for this grand finals. Let's see if they can get 3 in a row. They
like
just won before they win
no
the potential second cup here. Let's see what happened. Phoenix Reborn is moving in. Houston's looking like he wants to get an early trap, so maybe playing a little bit less of a passive strategy and playing a little bit more aggressively here. Immediate bash into potential Cyclone. Waz finds it onto Numliz, and now just going after Houston. This is a good start here for Waz.
Yeah, and Meh gets his Tears Deliverance off as well, pushing in, potentially looking for some heals over onto Waz. Chanimal trying to do what he can here with the Freedom, kiting Swapsy, and this zoo of pets chasing him. Waz getting swapped to, though, massive damage coming in. Nice barrier there from Numliz, keeping his team aggressive as well in the fight. Waz still down to about 50% HP, does activate his Bark Skin in that exchange, and now immediately gets topped back up with Meh's healing. But now they swap to Chanimal, and look at Chanimal again with the precognition there in the backline. Houston now taking a lot of damage as a result. result, activates the survival of the fittest, and it is going to be enough. And they get another cyclone over onto Numlis. Numlis just falling further and further behind. Look at that repentance.
The truck has an actual model
Meh,
transmission.
making absolutely beautiful place there. If you can time that perfectly, you don't get a global out of that cyclone. And as a result, look at Houston. He is absolutely feeling it right now as he has to defensively trap Waz here just to stay alive.
I mean, this is insane. Waz landing crowd control after crowd control. Chanimal just defiantly pushing in, gets the interrupt on Numliz, forcing the void shift. Beautiful counterspell there by Chanimal. Once again, that will slow them down. Houston's on the back foot. He's hiding. He's running. What can he do? But at the same time, Chanimal is forced to get the blessing of protection. Swapsy doing what he can to try to keep his team in the game. Ultimate Penitence coming in. Houston might be able to hold on, but he could just die. Cyclone on Houston at low health. If Waz can find this on Numlis, this could be game. Full Cyclone, Swapsy and Houston are both dead. It's a double kill. Can they hold on? 1%, but no. He will go down. Echo 3-0 domination in game number 3.
It seemingly does.
This was just a complete stomp. From start to finish. I mean, there's so many small kind of like intricate plays that happen, but one of the things about Cyclone is if you perfectly time a crowd control out of the Cyclone, the player who's Cyclone can't, like Shadow Ward Death, for example, if it's like a sheep out of that. So Matt just nailing the timing, Waz landing so many key Cyclones, and again, Chanimal just not getting interrupted, and also the 0.1 spell. I think it's actually right here. We're going to see it on the replay. Chanimal, I think right on this cast there, it manages to land it, and then as a result, it's an instantaneous void shift, defensive fear coming out from Numlis. They're keeping up the raw pressure on him. Chanimal getting the off, summoning a new pet, gets the blessing of protection right there from Meh, and that's going to be enough defense here to catch a couple of heals. Houston, in the meantime, has to use his turtle, and look at this Cyclone. While Numlis is in the sky, they Cyclone Houston on low HP, then they switch it over to Numlis, and at that point, like, what do you do if you're Houston? What do you do if you're Swapsy? The whole team is just rotting down, everybody's dying, and as a result, it's like almost a double kill coming out for Echo.
Yeah. You know, one thing we didn't talk too much about, but I feel like such an important part of this matchup and Meh being on Paladin is Blessing of Freedom. Blessing of Freedom against the Death Knight is massive, because normally what's happening is Swapsy's just keeping up the chains of ice, he's gripping Chanimal into Defile, and he just can't move his character. But now you got Freedom, you can get into these positions where you can move in and get the spell locks, get the big shadow bolts, you can actually get dots on the entire team. So just the Blessing of Freedom is such an enabler in this matchup for the side of Echo that it makes me really like the Paladin here against
You're going to have to mess with the rear.
Yeah, and another thing that I really love in this matchup is something that we don't see too often, is the Feral Druid running the mass
The rear axle is not centered
and
either.
it's such a five-head move against BM Hunter, against DK, because there's so many pets. Chanimal porch away, and then you just root the pets on the other side of the map, give Chanimal the freedom, and then he's just going to move away from all of that extra damage that they have available on the side of the DK and the Hunter. So I really think it's time to bring in Zeepai here on the side of Phoenix Reborn. I don't know what comp they could potentially run, maybe BM Ellie, maybe something else, but it's definitely time to switch it up. We're going to hook point. Echo is going to instantaneously lock in Meh on the Holy Paladin, Waz form once again, as well as Chanimal here on the Warlock. Phoenix Reborn, clock's ticking. Echo, I mean, they've been beaten in this tournament. They've been battered and bruised, but I think that series against Bleach Bones in the lower bracket really awakened kind of the beast inside Echo.
If that don't fix
that was
you know,
such a close series. They won that, and then after that, they just look absolutely locked in.
See if that works.
All right.
I can hear Discord fine.
One
My
more
music
opportunity
fine.
here. They're going to a small map, so to
Just
me,
can't hear MX
I think
Bikes.
we're going to see the same comp. Although I don't necessarily like that, just because that last game was absolutely brutal, and I don't really see it going that much better for them based off the games we've seen so far. The Mass Entangle, like you said, the Blessing of Freedom, it just seems like they have a lot of tools. They're beating them in overall damage.
I think some of the settings are actually fucked up, so you have to set them like that.
Unholy Death Knight. So
if you put it all the way,
rough,
it's gonna
but,
the other way. It's gonna.
We'll see what Phoenix Reborn decides to do. This is where we have to see,
more
like, what is
fucked
this team made of? Do they have other answers? Do they have other compositions prepared, or was it kind of a fluke that they beat Echo the first time? Was something that really kind of threw them off guard?
Yeah, Echo really making a statement here. And that's the thing that makes this team so deadly, right? They have all of this versatility, and they really do their homework. And that's something that I love about Echo, and also about a team like Team Liquid in NA. They have so much kind of brain power on that roster. But we'll table that for a second. We are going to see the BM Ellie tagged in the final hour here. Zeepai comes in, and can he do it, man?
I don't know. If there's any player that could, it would be Zeepai. So we'll have to wait and see. But is it too little, too late? Is Zeepai really going to get tagged in the final hour, like, and have to reverse sweep? I mean, that's definitely a tall order. But one game at a time. We'll have to see. This is the composition that beat Echo the first time. Is this what Echo has prepared to win? What is your assessment of this match? Like, we kind of talked about, the Affliction Warlock. Like, you definitely don't want to mage if you're Echo against this composition. So it makes a lot of sense that we see Chanimal here. You're not going to play any kind of wizard, so it makes sense you're going to see Waz. But do you think the Feral Druid and the Paladin are going to be enough to kind of overcome this?
I actually think I would give this to Phoenix Reborn, this match. I think so, because the main win condition that I see on the side of Phoenix Reborn, and something that is very doable, is the hook point factor, right? You want to get those fears. There's no way to kind of avoid those fears other than just outranging them. You don't have like a tremor totem. You don't have, good ways to kind of shut down Numbliz. And a lot of Echo's offense is going for the maim stun into those crowd control chains. So I think if you can get something on Waz, maybe a scatter shot, and you can at the same time in-tim stun Meh, I think those are moments where you can land those traps, and you can even get the follow-up fear, or you can start the chain with like a stun into a fear, into a trap type of thing. And I think that's going to be the key here. But at the same time, it comes down to Zeepai, and it comes down to the kicks. If Chanimal has 100% precog uptime again, I think it's just going to be over. But I think if they can actually land those kicks, they can ground these haunts, and they can land those fears. I think that the way to victory for Phoenix Reborn is to kind of just try to run Chanimal over and land crowd control.
Have to wait and see if they can do it. Definitely not an easy thing to do here for Phoenix Reborn. Zeepai going to be tagged in the most dire of hours. We're in the grand final. Echo's up 3-0. They have to get the reverse sweep to win this thing. But for Phoenix Reborn, I feel like it's already kind of mission accomplished, making it to the finals. But they definitely want to get that win and show that it wasn't a fluke the first time they went head-to-head. And we'll see if Zeepai on the Shaman is enough to pull it off. Waz right now in stealth, going to be moving forward, just allowing Chanimal a little bit of time to get some damage over time effects rolling, getting the disease, the curses, the corruptions, all that good stuff. Waz going to get feared up, and I do think that Chanimal will likely be the main pressure point in this game.
Ooh, something broke a trap there onto Meh. That is not what you want to see on the side of Phoenix Reborn. Houston sitting through a fear, and immediately Zeepai is feeling the pressure. Astral Shift comes out for him. Full Cyclone potentially by Waz, but late kick comes out there for Zeepai. Now Chanimal, this is the moment. Is he going to get interrupted, or is he going to get his damage rolling? There it is. Haunt connects, but I think it was actually grounded there by Zeepai, and there's the Mass Entanglement coming out for Waz. Ultimate Penitence coming out as well for Numbliz.
There we go.
A lot of work there, forcing out the sacrifice from Meh. Houston pushing in for the trap, but they still have the sacrifice rolling. He can't go for that trap. He's not playing the Diamond Eyes from what I can see. Waz getting interrupted once again on the Cyclone. So much damage onto Chanimal. Now finally the sacrifice has faded. Can they land the trap over onto Meh? Houston wants to make that happen, but Chanimal knows, and he's going to go ahead and immediately start spamming out the fears. There's the scatter shot. Waz eats the trap, and as a result, now you don't have two traps. This is disastrous for Phoenix Reborn.
Yeah, it's been difficult. Coil on Numbliz. Houston's low. He gets caught to a maim. He's got no trinket. Big pain suppression, immediate panic trinket there by Numbliz, but at the same time, Chanimal is under fire. Intimidation stun on the bed. Do they have any follow-up? Doesn't look like it just yet. Another stun comes in. Do they have the trap? Chanimal's getting swarmed. Zeepai and Houston, they are unafraid. They are making plays. Matt going for a Tears Deliverance, but he gets trapped on it, and now Chanimal is incredibly vulnerable here, Zico.
Yeah, absolutely. He's line of sighting Meh here as well, but now finally Meh coming out of crowd control, catches a big heal over onto Chanimal with that lay on hands, but still taking heavy fire. Waz looking for some Cyclones, and there it is. Another precognition. There's the Haunt. Zeepai is feeling the burn right now from this Affliction Warlock, even going for some Shadow Bolt hard cast as we see a double stun connect. Numbliz now in a full Cyclone, and that is it. Houston is going to go down. Echo is going to win Cup number 4 in absolutely dominating fashion.
I think this is supposed to have a big block in it.
Oh my goodness.
That's why it sounds like that. It just doesn't grab much.
This is just so interesting because, in Cup number 1, even Cup number 2, what we saw from, our top 8, we're seeing this Paladin Feral Druid combo really coming out with success, primarily played with the Mage. But Echo, they're doing the same thing. They've invested in the Paladin, they've invested with Waz on the Feral Druid, but Chanimal on the Warlock is that little bit of difference. You can't abuse the Mage in this composition. You have to deal with Chanimal, and he's been able to deal with the pressure so far, and it's just, they get completely overwhelmed here. This is kind of where the pressure is starting. They get the Soul Rot, they get the Haunt, Houston's rotting down low, he uses the Turtle, but the full hammer of Justice onto Numliz, and the final nail in the coffin, I think, is that full Cyclone there by Waz. And at that point, it's like, okay, I can't control my character. There's really nothing we could do. There's no pain suppression. There's no Turtle. And Echo is able to just kind of overwhelm them.
Yeah, I really think it just comes down to their game plan was to land traps, and in this entire match, Mess had one trap, which was that one right there, and just a little bit too little, too late on the side of Phoenix Reborn. I think they had an absolutely impressive performance here in this cup, making it all the way to the grand finals in their first cup together as a team. So this is definitely a team you want to watch out for, but still Echo battling it through the lower bracket. And again, we just see how how explosive Europe is, because Phoenix Reborn beat Echo. Now Echo just completely switches that matchup on its head and clean sweeps the final against Phoenix Reborn. And just, 2 series ago, Echo were almost eliminated by Bleached Bones, who were also knocked down by Phoenix Reborn. So it feels like all of these teams can beat each other, and they're constantly adapting, constantly bringing out new compositions like the Feral Lock Paladin, and finding these win conditions. So really, really well played series, well played tournament for Echo. They really got tested in this one to their limits, but they emerged victorious from the battlefield, and they're going to be taking the second cup as well as the first one.
Yeah, I mean, I made a mistake going against them. I really was buying into the hype of Phoenix Reborn, but Echo, they managed to do it again and again. But it's just unreal. This team even if you beat them once, they just go back to the drawing board. They're just so talented individually, and they managed to come up with these compositions, these strategies, and I think 4-0 against the team that beat them in the upper bracket.
Yeah, I mean, and that just goes to show Echo, like, what they're capable of, how capable they are of adapting to these situations, taking a situation where, they didn't quite play their best, but they instantly were able to turn.
Are you running slicks on that?
We see from this team time and time again. But Phoenix Reborn, I mean, they certainly could come back for cup number 3. They've been there in a position before where they were able to make Echo bleed Zico, and they could capitalize on that for later tournaments. Because you guys have kind of already said it, like, this is such a competitive bracket so far on the European side of things, and I'm just so excited to see the rest of the season play out and some of these teams come back even stronger, because I feel like, Phoenix Reborn, even though they did drop that series, Zico, this is a team that we keep seeing capitalizing on, just improving game after game, series after series.
I mean, if you have a new roster and you go 3-2 against Echo, 3-2 against Bleach Bones, 3-1 against Drive Overload, already that is a phenomenal result. Like, sure, the finals definitely could have been better for Phoenix Reborn, but still, their road to the finals is really, really impressive. And this is a team that's only going to get better with time, only going to have more compositions at their disposal. And Echo, again, in that lower bracket, they had to go against 07, 3-0. They had to beat Streamer Zone. And that's also a team that we haven't really talked too much about, but Streamer Zone is also one of the top contenders. They have won, AWC in the past. There is a jungle meta, and these guys are definitely here to play, but they had an early elimination here, and of course that 3-2 series against Bleach Bones, which was just super close. So there is a lot of really, really great teams in Europe, and I honestly can't call like who the top 3 would be at the end of these 4 weeks of cups.
No, I couldn't either. We're getting those standings at the they're ready to go. Production very fast. They are first right now. Very strong lead in first at the moment as well, because it's their second weekend in a row getting that first place position, and now it's kind of that second, third, fourth place position, Ben, that is going to get extremely competitive.
Yeah, I mean, especially
those things are on a 5-0 flat now.
105 points. This is their first cup coming in, so lots more opportunities for them. Well, not lots, but 2 more opportunities for them in cup number 3 and cup number 4, and it's still wide open. I mean, if I was gonna kind of bet on any team making it into that top 3, I would definitely say Echo is up there, but The rest of these positions certainly wide open. You know, Drive Overload, Bleach Bones, Streamer Zone GG, Phoenix, Ultima, ski instructors. I mean, it really is just so close. You know, a couple of positionings in Cup number 3 and Cup number 4 could make the difference. We also, I mean, we haven't really talked about it that much, but there's some changes coming, right? Like there's some balance changes coming in, and that could completely shake up the meta. So you're going to be, for the teams that are going to be the best, you have to look at like what are the teams that are going to be able to consistently perform regardless of, you know, what classes are good or bad, what healers are the best, what DPS are the best. Those are the teams that you definitely want to be looking out for.
Yeah, definitely. There's an ebb and flow for sure, especially when you're getting these changes, these patches sort of midway through a season. It's the teams that, you know, can maybe adapt to that, rise to the occasion, find different compositions that are going to work for them, or ones that are, you know, potentially already playing comps that are going to be even better, Zico, after those patches. And we'll have to see very shortly. So that is going to wrap things up for Europe. We are potentially getting an interview. I'll let everybody know in just a couple of seconds here, but we can start talking a little bit about North America. We are, of course, going to be heading into those games up next, and I am just as excited. We've got 4 teams over there. We're starting off in the upper bracket. Welcome to the Jung versus the Move is that first up series, so definitely stick around for that if that's what you've been waiting for all day. And then we're going to head into the lower finals, lower semifinals, Team Liquid versus F tier. So kind of the same thing happening over there. Definitely could not tell you who's going to end up in top 4 towards the end of the week, because I feel like we have like a solid first place, Zico, over in EU, but with North America, I think it's going to be a little bit tougher to tell.
Absolutely. I think in North America, the big thing has been in that last cup, by their own standards, the Move and Liquid kind of underperformed. They both got knocked out before Championship Sunday. Now Liquid, they're finding themselves in that kind of same situation as Echo did starting off the day in the lower bracket.
Is this thing doing a burnout on your
against
screen or no?
that they have had some issues with in the past.
No.
They were able to beat them this time around in the open bracket, but that was as close as it could get. It was actually a reverse sweep. F tier were up 2-1, but then Liquid managed to turn that around. So this is a matchup that could go either way. F tier beat Liquid as well in Cup number 1. That's the team that knocked them out. And then, of course, we cannot stress this enough, but the Move is looking absolutely back right now, sitting in that upper bracket final against Welcome to the Jung. And again, in North America, it's so hard to call it. Welcome to the Jung, just such a strong roster, bringing in Prev and Drake from former Luminosity Gaming. And just pairing that with, you know, the healer Zhang has been absolutely beautiful to watch. Of course, the Move as well. You never really can count these guys out. So far this week, they have looked like they are the old Move. So that's going to be for me, I'm super excited. Mostly excited for that one, but also Liquid versus F tier. F tier being such a really fun team to watch, and you can just tell.
I don't remember
even listening into their own comms. They're just having a lot of fun. They're actually had a chance to talk a little bit with Saul from F tier, and he said the goal is to get to Gauntlet. There's going to be an enhancement shaman rework before the finals, and that's when we're going to shine, baby. So F tier, they're definitely locking in that Gauntlet every single time with these cup performances that they've had these last 2 cups.
Yeah, I was gonna say one thing that's really interesting about F tier as well is Bleach Bones. The team that I think was the closest against Echo today was actually Bleach Bones, taking a page from F tier and playing that Elemental Shaman, Windwalker, Paladin. Those games were really close, and I feel like F tier plays that composition a little bit better. So we'll see. Maybe F tier is gonna just go on an absolute tear with that Elemental Shaman, Windwalker, Paladin. I'll be really curious to see.
Yeah, I'm curious as well, so stick around for the lower semis if you'd like to see that. But up next, we've got Welcome to the Jung versus the Move. Unfortunately, we're not getting an interview with Echo, but definitely congratulate them on Twitter for the 2nd win in a row for the War Within here in AWC. But we're going to head to a break. It's Welcome to the Jung versus the Move up next.
JB is in here. Some other guy, too. Radials.
Oh, Jigsaw's alive again. If I knew it was possible, I'd redo beam and then I'd load in there with my dragster lifted truck for mud racing and drag racing on the blacktop. There ain't no way I case that. That one will do.
Off-meta comp, they're bringing in Whiskey on the Shadow Priest. Not a big surprise for the move, but quite honestly a little bit of a surprise in this current meta. So I'm very, very curious how well they will do against Welcome to the Zhang, especially considering it's Drake and Prev. They're back once again, and the move, I think they have struggled just as much, if not even more, than a team like Liquid to beat these guys in the past.
Yeah, I think so as well. Supatis, you know, if you're a new viewer and you want to watch some of these players, who to you is a star right now?
I mean, it's got to be Peekaboo right now on the move. This guy is just absolutely so flashy. You know, repping the Rogue on Subtlety, Assassination, and Outlaw for such a long time. He had a really impressive showing on his stream on the open bracket. Some of the best games I think that I've seen from him. Just complete control of the match, complete flow state, knew exactly what needed to be done, was basically acting on Ultra Instinct, just fully subconscious, like it was just tying his shoes in the morning or something to be able to dominate his opponents. So he definitely seems to be fully activated for this week. Obviously, you already said it with the technical settings and things like that being fixed up for them. He's definitely a rogue that you cannot count out this week.
And so also, you know, they've kind of swapped around their comp a little bit, or their roster, excuse me, on the side of the move. This time they brought in Giants, who I believe is sort of an old school player, but it looks like he's a bit of a multi-classer as well. So I'm curious to see sort of the new move, how they're going to be doing, because I feel like in the past they've been sort of a rigid team. You know, they always are sort of playing their one bread and butter composition, but they've really made that change, Lithy, to adapt to new compositions.
Exactly. But the big question with the move that is still open is, what is their fourth member bringing to the table, right? Yes, you have Peekaboo, the superstar rogue, and quite honestly, a avid multi-classer nowadays to an extent. You have Whiskey, the caster, player legend, Absturge, the rock in that team, really. And now they bring in Giants as the fourth member. They had Ceralium on as kind of a mage specialist, brought a little bit of shot calling to the team, but ultimately that didn't work out, and we haven't seen much of Giants so far this season. I would love to see him being brought in, because he brings in a lot of variety, a lot of spice, and quite honestly, I think he could be the little extra weight on the scales that tips it over towards the move, hence my prediction. I think this is going to be a close series, but I think the move is taking it.
Might be too late now.
I'm surprised at this one that we're all in
With that
agreement. I mean,
nitrous
welcome to the Jung.
setup you got, but
they're like like a
I'm using
this
the prep
hodgepodge
converter.
Frankenstein team of the we've got Nick and Drake, formerly
Yep.
Kawhi, formerly
Oh, yeah.
Luminosity, barely
It's,
ever lost. We've got Prev and
no prep,
Zhang,
but
like these all-star players, Supatees.
it's no
and
prep, but it's
we still think
500 to 2000.
overwhelmingly on the desk here that the move is going to win this.
I mean, an important factor here, I think, is WizK. I think that he could be the X factor for this team. Shadow Priest is just getting better and better. I'm really interested to see the move next weekend after the changes that come in for Shadow Priest, because their team is going to get absolutely wild. The buffs to Resto Shaman
Or
as
kick
well.
the tires.
See Absturge
Really
returning
bad.
back to that specialization that he is most known for. So for me, it's kind of like, what compositions has Welcome to the Zhong prepared here, because they focused a lot on the Feral Mage. I think the Feral Mage could struggle with the Shadow Priest Rogue, and the Rogue Lock as well could have a difficult matchup in that same scenario. So looks like we're flipping some of these predictions around here. I think I'm wondering
What's going on?
Bro, this thing feels very heavy.
Okay,
I don't know why.
Zico apparently it was a
3900.
graphical bug, but Zico is holding out for Welcome to the Jungle.
Yeah.
So we've got one team that is, or one player, one caster, goodness, that is rooting for Welcome to the Jungle. We're already in the game here. Game number 1 in the upper finals. Winner of this one moving on to the grand finals. It's Welcome to the Jungle versus the Move.
Where's the fuel at? I
Here,
wonder.
full blind
Straight
immediately.
into the matchup already. Yeah.
All right, we see Smoke Bomb right off the rip onto the Feral Druid. That gets Bark Skin.
Looks like he's in
gonna
the
get
back.
anything more from Drake in this position. He's back in the bear form. He should be fine. There's no crowd control into his Paladin. Eventually
Where's
wraps
that
up.
radiator?
Nick is just free blasting damage at the moment here off to the side. I like that he's line of sighting with the shifting power.
Wait, no,
Really
I
important
think
that
that's the
getting
fuel
that shifting power on
fuel
your
cell.
Icy Veins and your Comet Storm. Getting those cooldowns as rapidly as possible is going to increase your likelihood of victory. But Drake's overextended a bit here.
Massive damage onto Drake. He found a nice Cyclone here on Abstitch, but WizK makes him pay for it dearly.
Fuck, I'm gonna
Cell
roll the
has
bitch
the
over.
survival instincts, but Zhang had to throw in the sacrifice in that situation there. Now they're swapping it over onto the WizK. Big bites coming through,
yeah,
down to
definitely in
half
the back.
HP. Full Hodge on Peekaboo, keeping him locked down. The main stun in as well. Quick tap target here from Drake, and the pressure on WizK is continuously high. Nice grip from Abstitch as well. With that precog proc, he can free cast ever so slightly. But just at the end there, nice Skull Bash coming through, Drake shutting WizK down. But you really need to be careful to not let this
You should see what it does
lock
just
free
as
cast on.
a
You
see
look
if it
at
just
Nick
kicks the
dipping in
tires
and out
really
of the
bad.
pillar, and WizK porting right on top of him.
All right, let's see if WizK can get some work done here. He's trying to fake out the interrupt potentially here, but it's not actually available. Big Shadow Bolt procs onto Nick.
Zhang is
WizK
soloed
and
down.
Absturge get Ice Block from Nick by themselves. Speaker was like, hey, I was almost there, guys. You slow down the damage a little bit. Now he's going to catch Nick out of the block with a gouge, potentially into a stun as well. Drake is getting low health as well. WizK fakes another interrupt. Nick blinks in aggressively, and it looks like he wants to try and find some crowd control, but he's not going to. He has to displace back out. We see Barrier coming down for Absturge, bolstering WizK's position here in the middle of the map so he can stand still and free cast, but
The
he's
fuck?
getting knocked away. He has to reposition back in the Barrier. The Psychic Scream to Feral Druid. Cheap shots onto the Paladin. WizK gets kicked on Shadow, but goes for the Raptures. Now he's got to deal with the Skull Bash as he's put into the main stun. He's going to port back behind the pillar. Full clone, no trinket. Scary situation, but WizK diffused it with that Hellstone. Oh, that bomb on a
the
sheep.
smoke bomb comes in. Nick finds the polymorph. Great reactions here from the mage on Zhang, but Drake is the big target for the moment.
Oh, the fuck.
Zhang gets caught in another cheap shot. The blind not quite available yet, as Pika is looking for a re-CC, trying to keep this Paladin under lockdown while WizK is doing all the damage in the book. Barkskin and Survival Instincts available though, and Zhang has to sack Bubble and put Wings on the table to keep his team alive here.
Ooh, Absturge's mana is really bad right now. That's like we're not even 3 minutes into the game. If that keeps up, that's going to be a big problem for their side. Otherwise, they need to just kill Nick very quickly if this is going to be the case. Icy Veins is up though. WizK could be in trouble. Big shatter combo in there from Nick as he's blinking forward and aggressive. They maim stun Absturge, but then they coil Drake away. He's looking for a Cyclone. Do they have a stop? Looks like they are able to avoid the Cyclone for a few more seconds. Absturge wraps around the corner. WizK's trying to get back into the middle of the map and get aggressive and load out some dots here. But it seems like Peekaboo's having a tough time getting to his target. He's finally back onto the mage. Ultimate Penitence, so Drake is just going to line of sight that. Not getting too much value out of this Ultimate Penitence. Full kidney shot. Peekaboo setting up the team. He's not going to go for the fear out of that kidney shot. I was really expecting a fear out of that from WizK. Now Peekaboo's in polymorphs. He can't connect. WizK tanks a kick. He tanks another kick. WizK is just going to be totally debilitated right now. Massive damage incoming with that Comet Star. He ports back behind the pillar, but there's a full clone met onto Absturge, and WizK could crumble if he's not careful.
Yeah, an ending resolve popped in on 20%. Absturge overlaps with the pain suppression, at least for a moment. The shields are in, and Nick gets coiled on the attempt to do some more damage. Zhang gets the Dispel silenced for a few seconds, but the move really just rotting down at this point. The mana game is long lost, and it needs another miracle turnaround, maybe with this kidney shot on Zhang. Great swap over from Pika, has a massive damage. Maybe they can force the bubble. Divine Protection so far the only thing he is willing to give up, and Zhang just stays cold as ice. Whiskey, once again the target. Dark Pact is available, as well as the Health Stone. But as said, Upsurge's mana just not looking good at all, and I don't really see the openings for the move right now. You got an Ice Block, Barkskin, Survival Instinct.
Yeah, I found out how
Even
to.
the bubble is still available with a Trinket from Zhang just coming in on that Smoke Bomb. Nice blind. Swap over onto Drake.
Found out how to
Peekaboo
make this
trying
thing really
to peel,
fast,
but
ready?
it's Frost Nova out in the open.
Oh, Whiskey under fire, ports back behind the pillar. Absurge, he's almost completely zero mana. He's just struggling to even heal at this point to keep Whiskey in the game. He's desperate. He coils Drake into the corner. They drop down the barrier, but maybe he just dies through it. If he gets knocked out of it, certainly could be a possibility. Big heal comes through with that Hellstone. The Dark Pact as well at higher health to get that big shield. Peekaboo could be a target. He's stepping in aggressively, and Peekaboo keeps going on this solo mission to try and kill the Paladin, and he's just not really getting anywhere with it. Whiskey's in trouble again. Void Shift is forced, and with every passing moment, Absurge is closer and closer to being completely out of mana.
Yeah, the power infusion, the last desperate attempt by the move to make something happen. They really want to catch Zhang out of position, but he's not giving up any weak points. Nick, the big target now, down to half, but gets some big heals. Drake CC'd up in the move. Just really desperately trying to make something work. Maybe now they're sending a Hail Mary across the map, and Whiskey is getting punished massively for it. Down to 5% and executed. Drake was ready for it, and the move just looking desperate all the way through this blind pick game.
I mean, they were going to lose on crowd control. They're losing on setup. They're losing on every single front.
You told Bobby to bring me a pop.
Basically felt like Peekaboo trying to kill the Paladin, and he is just not getting anywhere. He was like trying to dig out of a prison cell with a plastic spoon every time he switched to the Paladin. It was just futile effort here for the move, and that's going to reek of some desperation possibly for the rest of this series for them, because Welcome to Zhang is not pulling any punches here in game
pretty funny
one.
already.
You can see perhaps a little bit earlier on Whiskey doing his best to try and get dots on the Paladin, but he's just playing so far away. Anytime he gets out in the open, Drake and Whiskey can absolutely crush him. So Whiskey wants to get dots for Peekaboo, but then they can set up damage, and it becomes so difficult to actually make this swap happen.
I'm not quite sure what will help the move here. I think the comp is not too bad. The Rogue Warlock definitely can work.
I blame Div.
But I just feel like you need a close quarter map. Maybe we can go to Hook Point for game 2 if the move wants to stick to this comp. But I also would be surprised to see Whiskey swapped over on the Shadow Priest. They try to work a little bit better with the bursty single target one-shot setups, kind of the RMP style.
The real question is, does it actually have enough thrust to like move any object?
They're worried about like the double priest. It's just typically that's not like the best to have two priests on it's I guess it's not terrible, but you would
fucking run right into this guy on my screen.
I don't know if Resto Shaman could be good at it. Actually, maybe Resto Shaman wouldn't be that bad. Just try Resto Shaman Shadow Priest for a game on a small map. It definitely would be better at like swapping Paladin if that's what they want to do. It's likely going to be also pretty decent
get the movie on.
with the Shadow
I'm
Priest
watching this
purging
here,
as opposed to the Discipline.
trying to
It's
finish
hard
this
to,
right here.
stay on top and actually purge as the healer. So if the DPS is doing the purging, you can get through the altar times a bit easier. I feel like that's it would play more on their strengths. It's the composition that we know them, as we have seen earlier. But he could be using a medallion like that. Means that he could be a target. They could punish that in the future.
He is a nerd.
They could, but Peekaboo goes for the blind. They find Nick. He has all the time running, trying to kite away a little bit, and the dips back around the box with the reset. Upsurge bashed up. The full clone from Drake is there. Whiskey getting targeted once again. He is kind of the main victim for Welcome to the Zhang, and Zhang himself sitting in an not the ice block. That is the one Nick is sitting in the smoke bomb, while the move is trying to hammer the advantage home. But overall, they get some good pressure, they get a few defensives, but it's not exactly to the level they were probably hoping for. And once again, Drake is sitting on Whiskey. Dark Pact traded out.
He'll survive here. Shadowbolt procs onto Drake, trying to pressure him if he goes behind the pillar here, but there's a Hammer of Justice on the Priest. Dark Pact still up, actually. Another swap comes through. Can WizKid get the haunt off here? He gets it off. This is a great swap from the move. If WizKid can get there, it's going to be important. They can force cooldowns like that Divine Shield, and now they have decent rot pressure. So as a team, the move are playing a lot more aggressive. It's costing them a bit. It's a lot scarier, but it's going to increase their likelihood of being able to take down the Paladin. Can WizKid survive here? Ultimate Penitence, Absurge into the skies, blasting out penances for everybody right now, and restabilizes WizKid. Peekaboo setting up for another swap onto Zheng here behind the pillar. Haunt, can he connect the Haunt? He gets the Haunt off. A critical move from WizKid, and the
with the reset, Upsurge bashed up, the full clone from Drake is there. WizKid getting targeted once again. He is kind of the main victim for Welcome to the Zhang, and Zhang himself sitting in an, not the ice block, that is the one Nick is sitting in the smoke bomb, while the move is trying to hammer the advantage home. But overall, they get some good pressure, they get a few defensives, but it's not exactly to the level they were probably hoping for. And once again, Drake is sitting on WizKid, Dark Pact traded out.
He'll survive here. Shadowbolt procs onto Drake, trying to pressure him if he goes behind the pillar here, but there's a Hammer of Justice on the Priest. Dark Pact still up, actually. Another swap comes through. Can WizKid get the Haunt off here? He gets it off. This is a great swap from the move. If WizKid can get there, it's going to be important. They can force cooldowns like that Divine Shield, and now they have decent rot pressure. So as a team, the move are playing a lot more aggressive. It's costing them a bit. It's a lot scarier, but it's going to increase their likelihood of being able to take down the Paladin. Can WizKid survive here? Ultimate Penitence, Absurge into the skies, blasting out penances for everybody right now, and restabilizes WizKid. Peekaboo setting up for another swap onto Zheng here behind the pillar. Haunt, can he connect the Haunt? He gets the Haunt off. A critical move from WizKid, and the move are so close to taking game number 2. The entire team is rotting, but Avenging Wrath is up, and Zheng is a safe distance away from Peekaboo. They offensively gate. WizKid is not letting him breathe easy, but now that he's wrapped around the pillar, he has managed to recover. But with every swap, it's getting scarier and scarier. The move are getting cleaner and cleaner.
Yeah, it's starting to look really good. Upsurge had to bleed a lot of defensives, though, and the next counter punches could be devastating. Nick, the target now, though, his alter time is already gone. He's down to 20%. Ice block is still available. Does he need to put it out there? No. The alter time takes care of things and bounces him back to full. But WizKid, he's porting in. He's looking for Zhang, finds the coil. Peekaboo gets knocked off the platform for a moment. Big burst onto WizKid, down to 20%. Upsurge wraps it around the corner, throws in the shield, but the unending resolve is already in the mix. But here comes a smoke bomb. Drake caught out of position. Zhang flies in and saves his cat. Meanwhile, Peekaboo gets swapped to no cloak for another 2 seconds. Blinding light, triple cross CC, everyone dying as Upsurge throws in the Void Shift, and they barely somehow survive on the other side of the map. Peekaboo connects onto Zhang, but can't quite get the CC in. Gets rooted up by Drake, who is in the meantime nibbling on WizKid's ankles. Not quite able to take him down, and Upsurge stabilizes things with a quick grip.
If WizKid can hold out here, they got the medallion, there's no Divine Shield. If they purge the bop and a big swap, they could drop Zheng on the next stun here, but they need to make sure WizKid can get there. But everybody's dying. They're going after Drake. They're trying to keep their pressure going. It's so dicey for both sides at this point. It's so chaotic. Upsurge is almost going down. He's completely out of mana. They forced an ice block from Nick and a Blessing of Protection. Can Upsurge hold on? His team is actually in a position that they could win this. Can he hold on? Nick is getting destroyed. They're so close to a win right now. Upsurge is holding on to dear life, but Zheng stabilizes Nick. Peekaboo is moving in. Offensive evasion. Probably offensive kidney shot. He's going, but he gets Dragon's Breath. He should have just cloaked for it. I think he should have just cloaked all in on the Paladin right here. They're actually so close to a kill. He might just kill him by himself. If WizKid can get there with a Shadow Bolt, anything, he's going to port back. Try and pressure Drake, but Drake has defensives. He's not a great target. Frozen Orb is down. Upsurge and WizKid are cowering behind the pillar. Peekaboo's out of the game. He's hodged across the map. He's Frost Nova across the map. Peekaboo can't get there, and WizKid is getting crushed. And Welcome to the Zhang are going to turn this around. But Peekaboo, can he do it? He's pretty close. Dragon's Breath, knock him away. Blessing of Protection, Purge. Anything here? He's not getting lucky. Couple flurry procs through, and Upsurge will go down. It was so... Peekaboo should have cloaked. I swear, if he cloaked there, he might have got the kill on that push. Getting Dragon's Breath like that slowed all their momentum.
What a play from Nick, locking down Peekaboo. And across the map, Upsurge running low on mana, trying desperately to get a drink in. Whiskey trying to peel for him. It just does not matter enough. Welcome to the Jung, are up in 2, and quite honestly, this second game looked a lot spicier, but not the convincing comeback that I would have hoped to see from the move.
Yeah, this is a rough game for them. They looked a lot better offensively though. Defensively, after just mana, it's just still not. This is not good. If we're at like 4 minutes, he's completely out of mana in that position. But offensively, they got every cooldown from the mage, pretty much every cooldown from the paladin, and on this push, if Whiskey could have kept going. And Peekaboo had cloaked that DB and just kind of committed all in there and kept Whiskey on top of him. It's possible that they could have forced a kill onto the Paladin. Maybe Absurge wanted to drink. Maybe that was the communication there. It's like, they're like, Peekaboo, we're going to drink or something. And then that's why they didn't commit for the all-in. They wanted to try and reset, but then they ended up just stacking at the pillar and getting cleaved down by the Feral Mage here. So maybe that had to be what was going on in the comms. It was like, I'm going to drink. They're scared. They're pressured. I'm going to drink. And then it was like, either that's the choice right there. It's either you go all in and you cloak and you try and win, or maybe you try and drink and get a bit of mana to keep the game going. That's a really difficult call in that position for them.
Yeah, absolutely. But they made a call, they committed to it as a team, it just didn't quite work out. Maybe next game. But you also saw Drake there at the very end, kind of dipping away around the corner of the box, away from the Psychic Scream. Otherwise, he would have sat on CC for another few seconds until Zhang could have pushed in and dispel him. And that could have opened the last few seconds that Upsurge needed to maybe stabilize himself and Whiskey for the move to find another last desperate attempt at a setup. But it wasn't meant to be. We're sticking to close quarter maps. The move picks hook point, and welcome to the Zhang. Stick to their comps. I think we'll just run this back comp-wise until the game is over, honestly.
I want to see Shadow Priest Rogue Shaman.
For another few seconds until Zhang
that's what I want to see.
And that could
I feel like that's like the move staple. You're down 2 points already. You played some Shadow Priest yesterday and it got some wins.
For the move
like,
to
just
find
do it. He's not going to be out of mana in 3
setup,
minutes on Shaman, also, there's no way. So I feel like just send the mains, respect, welcome to the Zhang, you know, the returning players, Drake and Preb, all the Preb's on the bench, he's just waiting. He's not even, he's going to be the final boss for Welcome to Zhang, like Chanimal is for Echo in the European region, but I would really honestly like to see the Shadow Priest Rogue Shaman from them. Just, if anything, to see how the matchup goes. Maybe it's terrible, and maybe they played in a war game, so I wouldn't know that information or not. But just based on how this is going so far, I think it would give them a better shot in the late game at least. Because they're not even close to getting to the late game with this comp right now. But just based on how this is going so far.
No, they're not. It's really just the consistent pressure. We always see Feral Druids pop off like crazy, right? But Nick also has a very good hand at just bringing in the continuous damage whenever it's needed, whenever Drake finds these setups, finds the maim stuns. And since Zhang is soaking up so much pressure and so much attention from the move, both of the DPS kind of get free reign to an extent. Not completely, but to an extent, and they're bringing in Whiskey on the Shadow Priest. Maybe his survivability on that class is going to be a little bit better. I mean, he is used to getting run down on that Priest every single time he is in the arena.
Shadow Priest is a lot tankier than Warlock. I would say that right now. I think it's a lot tankier. You get the addition of Mass Dispel also for CC. I just don't know about the double Priest. I mean, Shaman obviously not superb, not the best healer ever, but if Upsurge is on it, I would still
Yeah. 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 It keeps kicking the tires. 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 This thing goes hard fucking right. I've been messing with the. I have my converter set at like basically 300. I just got to run a 4.8.
Ah, you've arrived. Our friend awaits you in the High Hollows. I must get closer. Too far away. I am out of range.
Offers a most wondrous gift.
Yeah, you gotta set it lower than normal. Like, say you want it to lock up at 5, you have to set it to like 4 or something.
I cannot attack that target. I need to target something first.
Yeah.
I am out of range.
Fear not, citizen. We will show them.
I must get closer. Too far away.
Do you not know who I am? Whose voice you challenge?
I am out of range.
Let us.
Defensive. Gentle. Frontal. I must get closer. Defensive. I do not have a target.
Buffoon. Not even worthy of the 5th strand.
I am out of range.
Unsurek has eyes everywhere. You'll need to blind them to read the disease.
I must get closer.
By the weave, one of Onsurek's spies has fallen.
Who sent you?
Another spy has fallen. This cannot be.
Too far away.
present trend continues, we will run out of spies.
I must get closer.
Front.
Too far away.
Everyone left now if you wanted to keep spawning on the line.
Come to me and I will help you as agreed. Your target is the Grand Splicer, Izo. Her drive for innovation meshed well with Ansarek's thirst for ascension. Stay close and be quiet. Transformatory was once the home of our sacred evolution. Izo has made a mockery of our traditions. At the Queen's command. Tisk. Dear Nizrek, a traitor. Our Queen will be so disappointed.
First, your little pets will die. Then we'll make you stink.
Defensive. Defensive. AOE incoming. Watch your step.
Our strands are strong. None will pass.
Yeah.
Over, Kronos. I remember you in the collection. Be gone.
Too far away. I am out of range. I must get
Alright, I give up with this thing.
Acquire a target. I am out of range. How far away?
Oof.
Interesting.
Ooh.
I am out of range.
Yeah.
I must get closer.
She will agree. Let's see which of the two you are.
Alright, bro. Later.
Watch your step. Defensive.
The pursuit of perfection can be messy, but worthwhile in the end. So persistent. For you, a reward. Witness the unparalleled wonder of transformation. You earned a place in my collection. Let me usher you. Witness the of our ascension. Consider the variables. What can I make?
One